Garden Supplies. Ash and the team at South Point Garden Supply. It's 15 Boneyards Avenue in Torquay, just behind the Bunnings. Umpires today, Tom Janke, Steve Ritchie and Steve Ganaccia, who seems to find himself on a lot of K-Rock Football.live games. Winner and margin, please, Birchie.
I think the Swans today, with the team that they've got in, by about 17 points.
Laurie Hill, executive producer. South Barwon by 24 points for Laurie Hill. Jace.
Swans by 2 points. Gonna be a close one.
Swans for me by 11. Pendulum time, please, Matty Kershaw.
No pendulum.
Oh, wow.
I canned it, Kingy.
Oh, wow.
I can't. A couple of weeks ago, I tried to do it. They've got a game ahead, Newtown. It really messed with the pendulum.
Right.
Swung it off the table. They're a game out.
Is that code for I didn't have enough time?
No, they're +1, and it didn't work for that Bell Park game, did it?
Fair enough.
I think next week we're back to status quo.
Right, okay.
But South Barwon win by 25 points.
South by 25. It is dark here, and it's got very dark.
Right on,
Mark Nealdy's about to, I think he's going to quickly put the headset on, push that black button up there, Nealdy, because it won't work. So your players are moving into position. What are we going to see early here, Nealdy, in the expert's chair for the sport?
Give us a matchup, Nealdy. Give us a matchup.
Don't yell at me. I'm just here.
You idiot.
I thought your job was to give me the match.
Right. Well, Goff goes to Maddock.
Yep, potentially.
Potentially. I love the word potentially.
That's a yes.
I don't actually know who that is.
Are you going to coach from here for the day? That was
the whole day.
Yeah, well, that was
the whole day. So, righto, let's spend the first 5 minutes. If you want to ask anything, ask me.
So is Paddy Kelly...
Have a good day.
Is Paddy Kelly going to have a role on somebody?
No.
So just going head-to-head in the midfield?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Like it. A big ask for Wilkinson and Callett's going to be a great battle in the middle.
Yeah, well, two good players. Both have some similar attributes. Kingy, they're both very strong.
Beast mode.
Yeah. Ben, we think, hopefully, might be able to run away from him on a few occasions.
Right.
Well, Tom Pearce has gone to Maddock, so one of your matchups was wrong.
Wombat Gully Plant Farm?
Yeah, that's because that's Frank's kid, isn't it, that's gone to golf?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, so he'll...
Frank's kid.
Son of Frank.
Son of Frank. That kid, look, he's not a bad player, but he'll try and be annoying and get Goffey to stop the intercept marking.
Correct.
So that's his job, that's good. So
Has Fraser Fort done enough to prove he's a forward now?
yeah, he's not too bad.
Opening quarter for Harvey Norman. Here's Jace.
Wilkinson gets it down in the middle. Mulroney can't take it for South Barwon. Callett again working hard against Wilkinson. Ball spills free. They might be able to get the first kick away. The Swans outside 50. Bounces nicely. Urquhart inside forward 50. Over the head of Caldo. Got held onto a little bit. Falls towards the back. Is it a goal? Oh, it's touched just on the line as Lockie Noble tried to get a foot to it and through 4-1 behind. And that took 24 seconds on the first quarter Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Good intent early there, Nealdy.
Yeah, no, good intent, Kingy, from both sides. So hard at the contest there. We know Newtown will try and use the middle of the ground, which they've done well there.
Boyd kicked it in long. Ball's going to spill the front of the pack. Here's Kelly from Nullawell with a flying shot at goal, but he's pushed it to the right and through for a minor score. The Swans double their score, go to 2 behinds. Newtown Chilwell yet to score. 50 seconds played on the opening quarter time clock, thanks to Barwon Foods, sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong. Nearly where are the oysters?
They've broken one free here in the middle. So Newtown do a really good job of spreading the ground, and then they try to get up the middle, which is what they've done there. So that's smart play. Our boys will have to be across that. Todd White just got a hand in at the right time.
Harry Cunningham also in there for South Barwon. Madigan comes in. Matt McMahon for Newtown. It is in the middle of the ground.
How important is early scoreboard pressure, Nealdy?
Yeah, I think it's important at all games, Kirsch, particularly when you play here. Newtown have got a big day. It's their past players and officials day, which is awesome. So big crowd. It's a big ground. It's unusual for us. We play on a little postage stamp that doesn't have any grass. So very, very different to this one.
From the ball up, Ethan Boris did the roving, but he was wrapped up in a two-man tackle, and just towards Westie's wing in the centre square, we get a ball up. Tap down Wilkinson, handball out of the pack by Ned Harris. Quick release for a chance to run, although Harris has turned it over to O'Neill. He's taken in a good tackle by McDonald. Spills for Ned Harris. Handball on the bounce. Wilkinson had a look and a fumble. Opens up the door. Cunningham in trouble. Dumped in a really good tackle holding the ball, and Ned Harris wins it on the centre wicket area for the Eagles. Look to send them inside forward 50 for the first time this afternoon. He runs towards the outer side and then sends it out towards Foppiani, who's all alone, and marks 60 from goal at right half forward.
So the plan will be here that he'll kick it at Goffey, which didn't quite work. Yes, it did. That's the go. So Goffey, what you'll see is, so little Frank's boy, he'll try to take it wide, so he'll do what he did then, boys, and he'll mark it up there, and we won't. We'll say to Goffy, don't you run with him up there because he can't kick it 90 metres, and then we want him to kick it back there. But next time we would like Rowan to take that grab.
So he stayed there with Mick Condy back inside defensive 50. Now there's a ruck contest about 60 from Newtown's goal. Wilkinson got it down. Zach Walder couldn't take it. Coming across the front of the pack, Will Sexton for South Barwon sees it over the line again, and we'll have another boundary throw in right half forward for the Towners.
Continuity of footy for Will Sexton, Neildy.
Yeah, it's been good, Kingy. So he's been in, I don't know, you probably know better than me, mate. I'm going to say around 4, 5, something.
This is his 5th game of the year.
That'll do. This is grand 9, so since round 4, he's good. Good little player. Will can play anywhere on the ground.
From the boundary throw-in, Wilkinson might have got a piece of that, trying to barge his way through was Ned Harris. He was wrapped up in a really good tackle by Mulroney, and Grub Mulroney wins the free kick inside defensive 50.
Yeah, all we need here from Grub, seriously, if he kicks a drop punt, that's a win.
And it is, spins nicely, and kicks lace out Mawson, who we saw on debut against Colac earlier this season. Kicked in the middle of the ground. Yeah, no, hangs high, nearly doesn't like that. It's attacked by Byrne, outside of the right boot, the kick by Lloyd towards half forward, he's Goff. Can't take the mark, though, under pressure from Foppiani, was he held on to.
Yes, he was.
That's how it was decided by umpire Ganachia, and Goff has got it inside defensive 50.
That'll be a good contest. If they stay one-on-one, that'll be a really good contest. I like the Max getting his hands on the footy early.
He did again.
Smart. He actually gave it to someone who can kick,
Kelly
which is a good thing.
Gets out wide to Urquhart, who kept his space at right half forward. Back inside forward 50. No mark. Kelly O'Neill. Walter next to him.
Umpire.
And then the ball comes free. Caldu can't take it. Ball comes out. And Charlie Harris handball back. Dangerous. Through the middle. Pocock gets it wide. Short little kick is okay. Finds Mitch Diamond inside defensive 50 for Newtown.
Hirsch, give me something. What are you seeing?
Both teams attacking the corridor really at will at the moment, and South Barwon sort of getting them on the outside through that wing with Urquhart holding his width.
Diamond's kick will flirt with the boundary line as he went looking for Foppiani and Wilkinson. Goff able to get a piece of it. Wanted a free kick maybe for being held in the arm. Umpire didn't see it that way on Westie's wing. We'll get a boundary throw in. Hello to Bob, Kath, Sharon and Paul, the West family all listening this afternoon. Always thinking of Mark when we're here at Newtown Chilwell, and especially with the ball on Westie's wing. Boundary throw-in's a shallow one. Tapped down by Wilkinson. Rolling ball, front of the pack. Taken by Broughton cleanly. Bangs it on the boot. Will send South Barwon towards right half forward. Back with the flight. Judging it best is the ever-reliable Hocking for Newtown and Chilwell, who sends a kick wide into the path of Bove. He and Boris in a foot race. Bove tried to knock it to his own advantage.
Good boy.
To the advantage of Boris. Neildy like that. Short kick and forward is marked just inside forward 50. On about a 45-degree angle. Man on the mark 45 from goal. What did you like about that, Neildy?
So I think with Ethan Boris, so he's in the Geelong VFL program, and what Harry Corrigan has been working with him. Ethan, in a one-on-one contest, these kids sometimes they'll go to ground, Kirsch, and what we saw there was a young kid determined to keep his feet, and that's how he won that footy. Now, Fraser Ford kicked 4 goals, 9 last week, you believe?
Well, here we go. He's 50 out from goal. Minerva Road end. He's kicked 1 behind today. So far, he's only got 4 goals, 8 to go, and he puts it through for 1 behind. So 3 behinds. South Barwon, they lead Newtown yet to score. Harvey Norman, K-Rock first quarter score.
That's true, but someone has 13 shots a goal, you'd take it.
Beauty. What you see sometimes with those young kids as well, they get the ball in hand, 45, 50 metres out, they blaze away, lowered his eyes and hit the target inside forward 50.
Off the hands of the pack, Foppiani was outstanding. Good release to McDonald. He wanted Matt McMahon. Kick had too much on it. Back with the flight. Lockie Wiedemann has taken it. The Rapugna product goes wide with a kick. It's well weighted and Driver who marks, and this could go anywhere off the boot, Neildy.
It could. It could.
It goes short and he finds Goff. And Neildy's comfortable with that. It could.
Yeah.
Off with it, turns, kicks to the wing, bouncing ball away from Noble. It was knocked away by Byrne into the path of Ned Harris, who's been omnipresent, but he's kicked that out of bounds on the full, and Goff will take the resultant free kick. Has the game settled into a rhythm yet, Neildy, or do you feel it's still feeling it out?
Not yet, King. He's still very frantic. Both teams going up and back. That was good. I think Goffey's really good for us down back, and he's only young, but leadership, so it's good work there. A little bit concerned about that boundary umpire, but we passed his bedtime by the time the game finishes on that far side there. Well, goodness me, look at that. That's good. It's good. We promote umpires. We love them.
Neil, let me know if you want me to give any of your players any messages down here as they come off.
My players are a bit
Neil's
worried
just come
about
off.
how
Anything
much
for him?
food I've had.
Yes, that's going to
Going.
be. You're in trouble too. I think McDonald's Belmont, great sponsor of South Barwon. Ball goes towards Bove. The press wasn't too happy with you, Neildy, before.
Yeah, you
There
reckon
you go,
there was
the product.
sponsor. Yeah, what a
Sponsored product.
sponsorship conflict or something.
Just matches up the other end of the ground. Kane Reid's got the job on Caldo, which is going to be a really good matchup if South Barwon can expose that matchup.
Yeah, we'd like to see both Fraser and Matt get some one-on-ones, but then every football coach in the history of the game wants their forwards to get one-on-one, so we'll just see how that plays out. And who's the fella on Dusty Burns? He's quite tall. over there, number 8. Who's that?
That's Matty Lloyd.
Matty Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, he's trimmed down since his Essendon days.
Wilkinson with
Different
the
Matty
footy.
Lloyd, but
all the
all the sledgehammer.
All the matchups for the Wombat Gully Plant Farm. 201 Tenzin Road in Moolap. Long ball inside 50, flying over the top with the spoil. Tom Pearce didn't get great connection, but was able to send it towards the boundary line. You've got Todd White today. When was he squeezed out of the Geelong VFL team nearly?
Last night. Right, last night he was. So that's good for us. Right, boys, I better go.
Go and do some stuff.
Thanks, bye.
Mark Neal.
See you at half time.
South Barwon in the experts chair as well for the Sporting Globe as we get a boundary throw. Great access from Neal. He completely gets what we're trying to do here at K-Rock Footy. Handball out of the pack. Middleton found Broughton, but he missed Cunningham. Knocked away by McDonald at ground level. A wonderful pickup by Lloyd, who gave it to by Byrne, who gave it to Lloyd, who gave it to McDonald. Handball wide, and they've got a little run here from Kapala. Kapala's neat little kick is marked by McMahon, 65 from goal. How good's the access?
I look forward to Rains doing it next week for some Marys. That'll be good. We might just start this as a bit of a thing, I think.
You could start a bit of a theme here.
I reckon you'd get McSparron doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he'd do it, 100%.
Short kick, Matty Lloyd inside 50. Both put a hand up, goes to the straight back. Matic around the corner, top of the square. Fabiani comes out, takes the mark. 20 out directly in front. Rowan Goff puts his arms up, can't believe it. And Neildy won't be happy with that. And Frank Sun has taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 20 out directly in front.
What do you call him? Frankie's boy.
Frankie's boy. What I liked about that with Newtown is they weren't overly forced to feed back by hands in that middle patch of the ground. They actually did it to get a proper kick inside forward 50 and it worked for them.
Fabiani misses it. He tried to suck the goal umpire in and he was not having none of that.
None of it.
3 for 1 behind. So on the board, Newtown 1 behind. South Barwon 3 behinds. It's the BBC World Service 3-1. And it's Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
9 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. I asked Neil about the freshly shucked oysters and he completely blew me off.
He's had KFC today, so
Went looking out there for Kelly and found him. He's one of the shorter players on the ground, Paddy Kelly. Some kicks towards half-back. Not a great kick. Nick Mahon got a hand on it for Newtown. Chilwell knocked it to his own advantage and he copped one high. I reckon he'll come back and be a free kick against Wiedemann. And Matty McMahon, we think, is in the twilight of the career at game 253. We would suspect that he only has half a season and some finals left and he will be done. Kick inside 50. Sexton got across with a spoil. Posterino tried to get involved, the debutant, but couldn't get his hands on the footy. Tried again but couldn't pick it up. Mitch Diamond did though for Newtown. Handball release was good. Jammed on the boot by Lloyd, but he's kicked it straight to Driver, who down low has taken the mark. 20 from his defensive goal. 3 behind South Barwon, 1 behind Newtown and Chilwell. First quarter action from Eldersley Reserve on KROKFootball.live for APCO Cafe 24/7.
Goff down the line. Callett, Falcons him. Noble, handball, forward to the footy to Urquhart, who, as Kirsch was saying, keeping that width on centre wing. Takes a bounce and takes 2. Now he drills the ball towards half forward, push towards the boundary line. Fort comes out in front. Good mark. Hamlin Hanger, contender in front of Fraser Fort. That was a great mark by Braden Hocking. And he takes it at half back and he wants to switch the play. He goes backwards. It's okay. Pocock takes it in the goal square. Oh, dangerous kick under pressure now. Cunningham came up on the defensive work and that's dropping the ball, is it? Umpire says.
Yep.
It certainly is. That was a great tackle by Harry Cunningham. And he is going to have a shot in the left forward pocket, Minerva Road end of the ground. And needs to finish off his good tackling work with a goal here. It's going to be tough, but there's no breeze to speak of this afternoon. And he's had a good start to this game as well, Harry Cunningham. He can put the first major of the afternoon. Comes out, 2 steps, right foot kick, and goal umpire says that's well and truly through. Good play by Harry Cunningham. His first of the afternoon, first for South Barwon. They go to 1-3-9. Lead Newtown at 1 behind Harvey Norman K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard in the experts chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Kirsch.
We know the way that South Barwon like to play, particularly when the ball's in their defensive half. They get their forwards right up the ground. And as you saw then from the exit from their defensive 50, that Caldo was the target. Falconed him in the face. They then got the ball to Urquhart on the wing, who held his width, but had to hold the ball a little bit longer. That's why he ran more to the boundary rather than running his channel, because all the players were up the ground. Eventually he got that one-on-one contest inside forward 50.
Socket forward from the ruck contest back in the middle for Newtown. Chilwell. Posterino couldn't take it cleanly. Kick around the corner for South Barwon to the wing. Mulroney, that's a throw. Umpires didn't call it as that though. Noble turns and kicks. Caldo on the bounce, couldn't take it cleanly. Knocked away from him. Reid with the tough ask this afternoon against the joint Matheson medalist. He did well there. Lateral kick to McMahon, who goes from one point of the square at left half back to the point of the square at right half back. Mark taken out there by Laffey, the debutant. I reckon that's his first possession as he goes short to Dunn, and Dunn's marked on the outer wing.
He goes forward with the ball. Short kick. Postorino in front takes a good mark.
Well, two debutants getting involved there, Kirsch.
They're both going at, I was going to say 100%, but they weren't then.
Ball spills free. Handball comes back. O'Neill going to be the recipient back into the centre square. Just pops it up over the top. It's a 2-on-1. He hopes for Lockie Noble to run onto it, but coming the other way, Charlie Byrne takes a bounce, runs through centre wing, left foot kick inside 50. Terrible. Jack Driver had an hour and a half to take the mark and does. Short little kick. Taylor Mulroney in front of us. The best seats in the house thanks to Atco Cafe 24/7.
Been free coffee for a year. Kick to a 1-on-1 on the wing. No mark taken to the front by Reed. Caldu off the back of the pack. Turned and kicked quickly into space. Rolling ball. Fort will be first there. Confronted, but not taken by Pocock. But he ran out of room just as he was kicking across the face of goal. It'll come all the way back and be a boundary throw in the right forward pocket at the Minerva Road end of the ground. 139 South Barwon. Newtown and Chilwell one behind. Opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. I think Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. Good crowd here on a Saturday afternoon. No GDFNL, so probably is the pick of the bunch in terms of GFNL games this afternoon. A few neutral supporters here, plus past players day for the Eagles as well means plenty of numbers rolling in, and hope you're enjoying the call wherever you are through KRLFootball.live.
So a throw in right half forward for South Barwon. Fort takes out the ruck. Well, fresh air shot as well against Wilkinson. Ball spills to the back. Pocock's handball was okay. Ned Harris to brother Charlie. He gets it outside defensive 50. Draws the three players. Tried to handball it over the top. Standing start done. Handball back to Byrne. Left foot kick. Fell into the arms of Diamond. He goes towards Maddock, who goes up. Good mark in front of Pearce at right half forward. Wants to move it on quickly. Not much to kick to though. South Barwon have defended pretty well behind the ball. He goes with the right foot kick. High kick over the back. But from behind. Whoa, free kick could have been. Postorino outside of the right boot has missed it, and that was a good little front and centre from Francesco Postorino, but 3 for 1 behind, so they double their score. Newtown 2 behinds. South Bar 139. Harvey Norman, K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Light short into the left back pocket to Starkey, one of the numerous headband players, along with Madigan and Cunningham, among those out there for South Barwon this afternoon. Short kick, White went to handball to Starkey running past, but just held it back. So now he'll send a kick towards the Autumn Street side of the ground on the bounce, taken cleanly. The handball back by Wiedemann. A high, long ball towards the outer wing. That might go out of bounds on the full. That did no favours for Tommy Pearce. And a free kick coming for the Eagles. Kick back towards Hocking, who's got it just forward of the wing, but looks up and sees about 29 players in front of him. A little bit stop-startish, so he goes with a handball wide. I think that's Rory Diamond going short with a kick. It's well weighted, and the mark taken there by Lloyd. Lloyd's got it. About 65 from home. It's a real stop-start approach, though. Wilkinson has dropped himself back to be a marking target. Instead goes into the pocket. Big ask there for Dunn. Flew against 3. Front of the pack, Starkey. Handball release, Madigan. Swings under that familiar left boot. Looking for Fraser Fort. Fort, can he mark? Yes, next to the boundary line. Good grab. Takes it and turns and kicks quickly towards the middle of the ground and waits it well for Mawson.
Mawson plays on. Just tries to run around. He nearly slips over. He gets the kick away. Inside 50. It's a good kick too. Fantastic kick to Mulroney.
Down the ground.
And down the ground anyway, because I think Rory Diamond had come late on Mawson. But it was a mark anyway. Taylor Mulroney has taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 45 out. Slide angle.
It wasn't a great deal in it. It was probably just a tad late. Like you said, Jace, was a mark anyway inside forward 50.
It's had a good start today. Taylor Mulroney for the Swans. Chance for their second of the afternoon. No, it's not, because he chips it short, lead on. And that's way too easy from the Newtown defence. Tony McMahon won't be happy with that. And just being able to give space to Jonty Broughton to be able to run into. And he's pretty deadly directly in front, 45 out. He'll have a set shot for his first of the afternoon. He's been in good goal scoring form for the Swans. Jonty Broughton. He will have no problems with the distance. Question of accuracy now for the South Barwon 40. Comes in, right foot kick. Looks pretty good off the boot. Goal umpire just says, yep, that's over the top of me. And through for his first of the afternoon. Second for South Barwon, 2-3-15. They lead Newtown and Chilwell 2 behinds. Harvey Norman, K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
There's some obvious signs early, particularly with Newtown's ball movement into their forward 50. If Maddock is the key target, which he is most of the time, South Barwon are set up off Maddock. There's 3 on him at every occasion the ball goes inside forward 50 at the moment. So defensively, South Barwon are one of the best teams in the comp structurally as a team, but their defensive half is even better. So they're going to have to work out different avenues to goal Newtown, particularly when the ball goes inside of their forward 50, because that goal was on the back of their rebound.
Maddock doing the ruck work as umpire Ritchie puts it into the air. Here's Mitch Diamond, held the handball back, then a release. McDonald, quick release to his good mate Walter. Walter was pushed off the kick, it dribbled off the side of his boot. Good pressure from Mulroney. Middleton taken in a tackle and brought to ground. Ball spills out. Bove was clean. Set a task for Mitch Diamond, who was dumped in a really good tackle by Cunningham and brought to ground. We'll get a ball up. Just keep an eye on Birchie, Zach Walter in the background there for St John of God. Just a little bit slow. Just grabbing at a right ankle there for a moment. Hopefully okay, the former Barwon head start. In the middle, Kelly jams it on the boot towards forward 50 for South Barwon. Hocking had to wait for it to sit on its point after it bounced. It was stolen out of his grasp by Caldu. Ball's at ground level. Tackle laid, umpire circling. And the decision is, give it to me.
Walter can't move.
No, that right ankle, he got the ball smothered, and I think the player got a piece of his foot as well, so it's he's in a fair bit of discomfort with that right ankle.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
Nah, he's done.
He's tried to go again. Thank you, Birchie. We're inside forward 50. Fort snapping around his body. Went about 8 metres. Mawson took it, but then he was taken in a really good Kapala tackle. Ball up. Keeping an eye. Yeah, Walter just off, trying to shake it off.
Yeah, I think he's sort of thinking about heading off.
He's just standing at the moment with Kelly O'Neill in the middle of the ground, but we'll get a ball up about 15 out from the South Barwon goal.
So ruck contest, tapping away Maddock. Goes to the advantage of Pocock for Newtown. Short little handball to Kapala off a step. He goes only as far as Ben Callett, who's 65 from goal. Has to drive it back in, top of the square. Goes in that direction now. Big packet. Fort in the middle. Oh, he couldn't quite take it. Front and centre was okay. And Keldu just saw it through for one behind. Couldn't quite get the accuracy. So one behind to him. They go to 2-4-16 now. South Barwon, Newtown. 2 behinds. Harvey Norman, K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
Not making them pay at the moment for their dominance, Kirsch.
They're not. Enough ball inside forward 50. Just not hurting them on that goal scoreboard. Pocock's got the job on Fort, so he's got a big job as well down there.
Reed marked the kick in, went short to Ned Harris. He goes short to Rory Diamond. Rory Diamond sends it towards right half back and finds Kapala, who marks on the top of the 50-metre arc. He'll swing onto his right boot and send it towards the outer wing. Big spoil from behind. Goff over the top of Foppiani. Front of the pack, McDonald for the Eagles. Taken in a tackle. Ball released, but taken by Goff. Gave it to Middleton. Knocked out of his grasp by Mitch Diamond into the path of Kapala. Foppiani had a go at the footy, but he fell over and couldn't take it with him. He'll come again. Foppiani picked it up off the ground and then dumped in the tackle, and that'll be a sling tackle laid there, I reckon, by Mulroney. And it'll be a free kick to Foppiani, who also gets up a bit ginger. Zach Walter just seems to be moving a bit more freely now, Birchie, for St John of God.
Yeah, he's certainly trying his best to stay out there, but how long that lasts, we'll just have to wait and see.
I reckon he might be coming towards you now. Goff takes a really nice mark for South Barwon at half back and kicks to the middle for Mawson.
So Mawson takes the mark back into the centre square. He's taken 3 or 4 there so far. Drives the short little kick inside the centre square towards Cunningham. Doesn't sit for him. Hocking the other way for Newtown. Out wide with the kick. It's okay. Finds Charlie Harris, who chips the ball short to brother Ned. It's like the Cracker brothers. He goes over the top and he gets it towards Mick Condy. He's at centre wing, goes with a short little kick lead on Wilkinson. Makes himself available at right half forward. So just tacking around now. He gives the handball away to Postorino. Comes back to Charlie Harris. Under pressure, his handball. He's coughed it up. Sexton. Condy puts the tackle on him from Newtown. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. 55 out from the Newtown goal.
Birchie was overused by hands there.
Birchie was right for South Point Garden Supplies. The ground is a little bit slippery.
Yep.
The ball, Madigan from the ruck contest. Got it by hand. And the kick around the corner from Mulroney towards centre wing. Caldu a long way from goal. And Kane Reid sees he. And the ball over the line on centre wing. 21 and a half played in this first term. Time clock thanks to Barwon Food. Sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road in North Geelong.
A&B Australia Quality Shelving. Birchie down boundary side. Birchie, just keep an eye if they're doing any work on Zach Walter on that foot.
Not yet. He's walking up and down because I suppose once you stop and it cools down, so he's just keeping it moving at the moment.
Handball from Charlie Harris at the front of the pack for Alex Dunn. Ran out of room, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 21 and a half minutes played, opening quarter action. Barwon Foods time clock sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. The freshly shucked oysters are to literally die for. And we'll get a boundary throw-in. Hurl back into play, right half forward. Callett from behind, Wilkinson at the front. It's allowed to hit the ground. Callett pushed off the footy, maybe didn't have it. Little kick from Paddy Kelly, ricocheted off the shins of an opponent into the path of Joe McDonald. McDonald for Newtown tried to get it back to a teammate. Boundary line wins. Rory Diamond was that man. We'll get hurled back into play. Between wing and half forward, Newtown in attack, but trailing by 14 in this opening quarter of action, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year.
So throw in. Callett in front. Oh, rode beautifully. Mulroney front and centre was great. Kicks it towards half forward. Hocking used the body. Caldu, he got a quick kick inside 50. Open 50. Pocock gets back there in front of a couple. And I think he's happy to see it through the line, through the goal line. He is. And through for a rush behind to South Barwon. They go to 2-5-17. Lead Newtown Chilwell. 2 behinds. Harvey Norman K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
Pocock short kick in, marked in the right back pocket by Kapala, but they're a long way from home, the Eagles. Kapala with a high kick to half back. Big fly, done, went early, never got really off the ground though. Harris, Ned, a handball into space, looking for his brother Charlie. Can he tap it up for Conti? Just couldn't get enough purchase on it. And Boris got it, came across for the Swans to just chop off that forward foray attempt. And he actually took the loose footy and then burst away, but he ran out of room, I reckon. Just as he was straightening himself up, he ran himself out of bounds, and we'll get a boundary throw in just forward of the wing on the outer side, slightly favouring the Swans. They lead by 15. Opening quarter action, thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Morn Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. 17 playing 2, Swans in early control.
So throwing for Wilkinson and Callett. Wilkinson pushed past it by Callett. He doesn't really get it down though. McDonald gave it back to Wilkinson in Newtown. Charlie Harris up the chimney. Kick towards centre wing. Pack there. Lazaro comes in at behind. Handball. Todd White got one high. Umpire said play on. Ned Harris tries to break free for Newtown. Now the ball in dispute. Sharky's handball out was okay. Mawson, great handball to Madigan. He goes from half forward towards Ford on a lead. Bang. Great work, Doyle Madigan on the left. Fort just held his lead long enough just to give himself a bit of space to run into, and Doyle Madigan was able to put it out in front of the big fella. And after kicking 4-9 last week, he hopes to put his first on the board now.
Well, King, you mentioned it before. There's a fair bit of inside forward 50 dominance and scoreboard dominance to South Barwon, just in the wrong column. So this kick's really important in the scheme of things in this match today.
24.5 played. Fort comes in, right foot kick. That looks better. Goal umpire does not move an inch, and he puts his first on the board and the third for South Barwon. They go to 3-5-23. They lead Newtown 2 behinds. Harvey Norman K-Rock. First quarter scoreboard.
Tactically, it's just watching the Matic and Foppiani rotations out of the forward line at the moment and onto the bench. The dominance by South Barwon's aerialness in the back half, Goff's had 4 intercept marks, so I'm not sure why you'd take a big out rotating out of their forward 50 when they've got such dominance behind the ball.
Ball back in the middle, umpire puts it into the air. Tap down, maybe one by Callett, rolling ball. Kelly couldn't take it, but O'Neill helped him out. His handball was too hot from Middleton. He had to go back and find it. Handball to Kelly. He's got it on the near side wing. Goes looking to the one-on-one of Caldu and also Hocking with a big sort of roundhouse spoil. Knocks it out of bounds. Boundary thrown around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. It's going to get ugly at Concept Oval. St Mary's 47, leading St Albans at 1. Lara making it competitive early. 12 trailing St Joey's 15. Leopold 44, North Shore 7. Colac 39, West 12, Bell Park 21, Grovedale 7. Boundary throw-ins. We go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties. Taking in the tackle and brought to ground is Joe McDonald. And we'll get a ball
Good
up.
news for Newtown. Zach Walder's gone back out there. I had a little bit of a chat to him at the interchange gates here, and it was just a big stretch of the ligaments. He doesn't want to tape it up because it feels too weird, so he's gone back out there to test it.
Thank you for that, Birchie. St John of God, we put you first. My Street Geelong free kick from the ruck contest, Jace.
Yes, Cam Wilkinson will take the free kick, so he's at half back for Newtown. Coming broadcast side, he has kicked that to Neildy pretty much. Zach Walder's out there. It's right on the boundary line. Ball. Newtown have got the numbers, the handball. They've overused the handball a little bit with handball. And Mick Conti this time wrapped up. They just need to get it forward a little bit quicker, don't they, Kirsch?
They do indeed. Forward motion is what they need, Jace, and quick.
So ball up centre wing. Callett gets it down for South Barwon. Diamond puts a tackle on. It's a good one too. And Paddy Kelly was in there at the bottom for South Barwon. So it'll be a ball up still on Westie's wing, the southern side of the ground. Kellett gets it down. Roved. Middleton through the middle for South Barwon. Coming the other way was Ned Harris. Handball over the top. Wilkinson tried to tap it on. Boris was there as well. Condi just waiting for the tackle. He was standing inside the ground. He was waiting for Pat Kelly to take him over. He did. And we'll have another boundary throw. This time just forward of the centre wing for Newtown. They trail 2 behind. South Barwon 3-5-23.
They get him in clearances as well. 8-4 at the moment. South Barwon's way.
Giants 32. Leading Hawthorn 18 around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, and all those stats for Kerrs High. That's been pulled back in by Middleton, although he was able to get a handball out. McMahon, that's an interesting tackle. His late umpire didn't see anything wrong with it as he comes over the top of an opponent who's at the bottom of that pack. It might be Ben Kellett, it is, and we'll get a ball up. Kellett will pick himself up, bit of push and shove. Ned Harris and Paddy Kelly getting to know each other a little bit better. Kellett winning the tap down this time. Matt McMahon shrugged off the tackle and gave a handball release to Mitch Diamond. Diamond just cut back through traffic to give himself some room. Centre kick looking for Laffy on debut. Couldn't take it off his bootlaces. Urquhart was clean, although he had a miss hit with the handball. Oh, Laffy ducked under that tackle, and the umpire judged that well, and now that's holding the ball. That's a really good decision because Laffy went to duck under the tackle, and Urquhart did get him high, but the umpire said, well, you duck, bad luck. Free kick, Zach Urquhart, just back of the centre wicket area here at Ellerslie Reserve.
Lucky, I tell you what. Frank's son just...
Frankie's boy.
Frankie's boy nearly threw it back halfway to Urquhart, but anyway, got it back. Kelly goes wide. And Will Sexton takes the mark on centre wing in front of Jane Birch. Who's boundary side for us this afternoon. Goes towards half forward. Kick all over the top. Handball to nobody in particular from Noble. Now Newtown across half back. Lloyd. He's going to just kick it back inside. Dangerous kick right into the last line of defence to Pocock, who's standing in the goal square. He goes towards Rory Diamond, who takes the mark as the siren sounds for quarter time here at Ellerslie Reserve at South Barwon 3-5-23. They lead Newtown 2 behinds.
Goals for Cunningham, Broughton and Fort for South Barwon. None on the board for Newtown and Chilwell. A couple of behinds. Foppiani with a very gettable shot missed early in the contest. Posterino with a little dribbler that just missed to the near side. Around the grounds for Leopold Sporties, the Giants 32 lead. Hawthorn 18, but we'll take a break from here at Ellerslie Reserve on a Saturday afternoon. It's a 21-point lead for South Barwon as they look to improve to 5-3 on the season. Newtown Chilwell also looking for their 5th win, but they find themselves starting from behind. They're 21 points in arrears at the main break. Back shortly. Thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Live, breathe, K-Rock Footy.
roughly, so they need to probably attack the scoreboard a little bit more when they go with ball inside forward 50. Clearances, South Barwon are getting on top 9-5, but marks inside forward 50, this is where the dominance is going to be. South Barwon have had the 4 and Newtown have had 0, so Newtown are going to have to find another avenue if Maddock can't be the target. Intercept marks are the big one. We spoke about how well South Barwon are defensively all over the ground, but how good they are behind the ball. Well, they set up that well that they've taken the 8 intercept marks and 4 of them have been to Goff. So what Newtown are doing, they're getting the ball roughly inside their forward half, but they're turning the ball over back to South Barwon. Their inside 50s are going to South Barwon, and defensively they're creating their attack off their rebounding defenders. So both teams happy to attack the corridor, but it's the outside run of South Barwon that are getting them. They're setting their attack up from defence, as I just mentioned. So I reckon just probably need to put them away a little bit more with ball inside forward 50.
Thank you for that, Kirsch. Matty Kershaw in the experts chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink sport, Ryrie Street in Geelong. Damien McMahon's got his boys in a very tight huddle. Mark Neal also speaking with his troops as well as part of quarter time here at Elderslie Reserve. And all our stats thanks to Kerr's Hire, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. The KFC X, it was 74% South Barwon, the final poll for today's game. Who would win? Feel like nuggets, popcorn, chicken and chips. Get into KFC for a $6.95 giant snack pack. Birchie is down boundary side for A&B Australia Quality Shelving. Birchie, I think Neildy might be in your sights for a quick couple of words after his exceptional special comments a little bit earlier.
Yeah, did you hear him from the commentary box in there with his huddle? This means a lot to him, this game, Neildy. He's up and about, he's fired up. Neildy, you'd be impressed with that start. Obviously, I spoke to you pre-game about how important this game is. You're both just separated by percentage, but you're really happy with what the boys produced in that first quarter.
Yeah, look, we are. Well, we thought our boys were really hard in the contest. They kept their head in the game defensively. It's terrific. I just said to them then that footy's it's a great thing to play. They said, well, this is what we want to do, and then 10 minutes later they get a chance to do it. We don't always get that opportunity in life, so we're really pleased with them.
One of the questions I was going to put to you, and a player I was going to point out, was young Max Wilson, and you did it anyway in the huddle there. He had a couple of really crucial in that first quarter and won the ball. He's been really impressive so far.
Look, he has, Birchie. Look, I'm sure, I played footy a long time, and I know everyone in that box did as well. I would have loved the opportunity to be a +1 forward. He's playing out there, and Newtown aren't playing anyone on him, so good luck to him.
Good Thanks, Neildy.
A&B Australia Quality Shelving and Storage for your home office all place.
Wow.
Remarkable.
Birchie down there with Mark Neal. Just waiting for the last remnants of crowd to make their way off the ground.
Just to give you an insight, he gave them a rev up like it was, a point in the difference, three-quarter time of a grand final. So that's how much it means.
Umpire Janke
Might have been a point off at three-quarter time of the grand final.
holds the ball off. Morris Business Class Finance second quarter scoreboard. Here's Jay.
Wilkinson gets it forward for Newtown, and they go inside 50 quickly. The ball from Mick Condy. Boris behind, gives it to Goff. South Barwon trying to get it out. Defensive 50, they do okay. And the kick around the corner came from Wiedemann, but it's chopped off. And Newtown are going to be able to drive it straight back in. Charlie Harris goes high and long inside 50, but Pearce. And is that a push? No. Umpire Ganachia says play on. Pearce takes it and they get it away by hands. Mulroney. Handball back to Pearce under pressure. So switch the play back to the opposite side. It's a good kick too. Finds Wiedemann again.
So let's see if Wiedemann can hit a target this time on the way out. Nearly kicked it to the other Harris brother, but just got it over the outstretched hands of Ned and onto the chest of Noble. Noble goes short to Driver. Driver turns and kicks quickly to Sexton. Sexton has got the footy at right half forward for the Swans. Sends it inside forward 50. Mawson the target. He's playing the +1 forward. Yep. Neildy pointed it out. Nobody wants to go to Max Mawson. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal and a chance to extend this lead to 27 points.
And what he means by that too, King, is a little bit of a whack that every time the ball comes in forward 50, they're going to man up on Fort, they're going to man up on Caldo, where numbers go to them and they forget about the other forwards inside forward 50. So if South Barwon can expose the +1 that he says is inside forward 50, they're going to use him, and that's exactly what they've done.
Kicked a goal on debut versus Colac, has kicked one more since, looking for his third goal of his very infancy career from about 45 metres out, hangs it into the sky. It's a high ball, but it's a ball to the near side and through for a minor score, and the margin is now 22. 3-6-24. Newtown Chilwell, 2 behinds. K-Rock's second quarter Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. Asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 4 Morris.
Would have hit the roof if he was playing at Marvel.
Absolutely. That was a wedge. That was. So Matty Lloyd plays on from fullback for Newtown. Comes broadcast side looking for Maddock.
Strong.
Back just stands there and takes the mark on the chest in the
Upright he was.
Look at him, very upright.
He loves
Goes
it.
short to Walter, who has recovered sufficiently with that ankle. Right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7 and free coffee for a year. He goes down the line, looking for Foppiani, who goes up, punched away front. McMahon front and centre was good for Newtown, but couldn't get through the tackle. And it was Jack Driver, surprise, surprise, who's having a little bit of a crack at Matty McMahon as well and told him all about it. Ball up centre wing.
It does go into the air and it's fisted forward by Callett. Roving done. That was Mitch Diamond being wrapped up, and Shari's better half has got the footy. I know Shari will be listening this afternoon. Hello to all the Stillmans and Bennetts. We'll be very much hanging on every word we say. Handball Mulroney was nice. Kelly, a high ball, Noble, that'll float towards half forward. Max Mawson back with the fly. Couldn't mark, but found it at ground level after it bounced. Handball release. Big ask at Todd White. Good tackle. Mick Condy. Full spill, but it's spilled for Madigan. Madigan short to Ford. And I reckon Mick Condy's wondering about the free kick that never came. You're a bit stiff, Mick Condy. Laid a really good tackle on Todd White there.
He was, and I thought the umpire put the whistle to the mouth to maybe pay the free kick, and he just waited that extra second and the ball bobbled out.
Fraser Fort with the very underrated. He's got the long sleeve under short sleeve combination.
He'd be grumpy today.
Man on the mark stands about 45 from goal, 45-degree angle, not beyond the man of a talent of Fraser Fort. From 49, he's hooked it badly and put it out in the full. And it'll be a free kick in the right back pocket, and I'm going to keep my mouth shut about the talents of Fraser Fort. 3-6-24. Newtown and Chilwell, 2 behinds. Barwon Foods time clock. I'd love to see how long we've gone, but it stopped at 2 seconds.
Now, kick across the face of goal by Hocking. It's punched away defensively, and it was good play. The South Barwon forwards working their way across. Harry Cunningham got there and was able to punch over the line. So, stoppage, boundary throw in, forward 50 for the Swans. It's going to be thrown in about 35 around from their goal. Callett in front, got it down. And through the middle. In fact, Caldo did it. Cunningham, kick over the shoulder, and he's kicked that into the netball courts. That's out of bounds on the full. And the home side will take a free kick. There's another whistle. I think it's coming back here. It is. And it's going to be Charlie Byrne, I think, once he gets the footy back. So look, Harry Cunningham was late there, so it's going to be Charlie Byrne. Last line of defence for Newtown, they're 2 behinds. They trail South Barwon 3-6-24.
Byrne on his left boot will send it outside, defensive 50 towards the Autumn Street side of the ground. Foppiani coming up, took the mark, or did he not take it? In the end, he was able to get it off to McDonald, who tucks it under the arm, shows some real burst, and then bangs it on his right boot towards a vacant territory on the near side wing. Maddock, a handball over the top. Kapala had to wait for it. Quick release, turned it over. Mawson falling to the ground spectacularly. Tried to get it to Sexton. McMahon got in the way, knocked into the path of Kapala. His left foot kick was a dribbler, taken by Ned Harris cleanly, gave it to McDonald. McDonald holding the ball. Took on the tackle, needed to take the first option, Joe McDonald. And unfortunately just got run down from behind, and the free kick belongs to Callett, who quickly gives a handball off to Broughton, who's back of the centre circles.
Broughton now goes towards half forward. Reed punched away from behind. Newtown with the numbers might sit. Charlie Harris had to handball over the top of his head to Reed. Short little handball to Ned Harris for Newtown. His handball over the top, bit of space. Matty Lloyd gets it at half back, drills it towards centre wing. Foppiani took the mark, played on, and goes with the right foot towards half forward now. Good mark, Maddock. That was strong in front of Pearce. Took it. And he's about 60 from goal. Looked at playing on quickly. He opened forward 50. He's a bit hesitant now. He goes with a kick. Top of the goal square. Big pack there, Driver. And his name written on it for a fortnight, and he handballed it away, and they're away the Swans from deep in defence.
Todd White short to Burns. Haven't caught a lot of him, but he'll go to the middle of the ground. Oh, set Broughton a task, pushing the back, I reckon. Yep. He didn't need to push in the end, Charlie Byrne. He just needed to come over the top with the fist. Broughton wide. They've got a couple free. Cunningham, handball release. Urquhart from 49 metres, a floater. Absolutely shanked it. Sat on its point. Reed's got to wait for it. He's got time to turn, look, see Kapala, ignored him. Handball off. Chance here for Lloyd. Lloyd on his left. A dinky little kick's nice for Byrne, and they hold firm. Defensively, they haven't been too bad, the Eagles. It's just 4 to 50, or inside 50, that they've battled.
Yeah, that wasn't a great entry then. They won't be happy with that entry. Caldo had the player out the back. He had to sit, and it was just a poor kick.
Burn around the corner. Yeah, chopped it off Wiedemann. Back towards Broughton. 60 from goal. Plays on. Drills it towards Fort. He had to stand still. No mark taken. Now Matt Lloyd. He gets it wide with the kick. Foppiani's got a couple against him. Goff went up. Couldn't take it. Foppiani on ground. Couldn't pick it up either. Madigan dropped it in the tackle. He needs some support. He got some around the corner. Jack Driver close to the boundary line. Urquhart. Where is it bouncing? It's bouncing just out of the field of play, and we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing on the outer side.
See the lights, I reckon, of the netball court over at St Joseph's.
Yeah, you can. Interesting, we've had 4 out in the fulls, Chase, on a day where there's no breeze.
Yes.
Pressure.
Curse High, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. Wilkinson, the tap down, front of the pack, rolling ball. Middleton head over. It did really well. Bounced to his feet and then gave a handball release to Mulroney. Mulroney on his left to a one-on-one. Caldu, strong grab, turn, kick quickly. Oh, Burns, he slipped, but he got back to his feet like a cat and took the mark on the chest. Hamlin hanger contender from Burns. And then he turns and kicks. It's not a great kick. Kelly slung in the tackle, holding the ball. Good tackle. Really good tackle laid there by Ned Harris. But they're struggling to find a goal here, the Towners. Early stages, second quarter, 2 behind, trailing South Barwon 3-6-24 as Harris goes to Harris on the outer side.
Charlie over the top to Matt McMahon, who gets the handball. Now from half back to centre wing, Wilkinson by himself. Bit of space, the big fellow. He's under pressure now. Goff comes at him. He handballs it back to McMahon. He goes with a dinky little kick over the top's okay. Foppiani had created some space for himself. He's taken the mark. Left half forward. Inside 50 with the kick. Newtown on the go again. Punched away. Middleton to come at it for South Barwon. Yeah, they all sort of raffle at South Barwon. They don't pick it up. They try to then. Burns was there as well. Now Diamond over the top of it, through the middle. Ooh, Broughton dropped it, and Burns comes back to help out just inside the centre square. And we're going to have a ball up.
It's a game that hasn't reached any great heights, isn't it?
No, look, the entries into the forward 50 are the difference at the moment. You know, both sides struggling to probably take a mark for that shot on goal inside forward 50. The entries aren't of high quality at the minute.
Middleton lost it, but lost it into the arms of a teammate, and it was Paddy Kelly. Handball received by Broughton. He'll kick to half forward once Caldu. Kane Reid was really good from the side with the spoil. Front of the pack. Oh, Charlie Harris attacked the man and not the footy, and he will give away a free kick to Harry Cunningham at right half forward. About 60 from goal. Cunningham will take it with his team leading by 22. He goes laterally with a kick to White. White slightly further out, but a better angle to send the ball inside forward 50. Callett all alone. He's going to send that in that direction, but he picked out Brayden Hocking. He took the mark and hit the ground running.
And he goes out wide with the kick to Foppiani, which was good. Creating some space on centre wing. Frankie's boy. He's taken the mark, called to play on. Handballs it out wide. Charlie Harris forward towards Charlie Byrne. Always good on the left. Inside 50 with the kick. This time it was poop. Really, it was really bad.
Yep, terrible.
And Pearce has taken the mark easily for South Barwon. And it's just kicked between the arcs at the moment. Ball from Middleton short to Sexton. South Barwon at half back.
Well, you're right, Jason. It's a kick between the arcs, but it's probably the last kick that goes into the arc that's rebounding as well. So if they do get him inside forwards 50s, it's just coming back with interest on both sides.
Sexton short to Broughton. Broughton point of the square. Right half back goes wide. Mulroney has marked near the boundary line outer side. He can loop a handball over the top to White, who provided some run. Not required at Geelong VFL this weekend. Kick inside 50. Urquhart has got out the back and marked on the chest. Tight angle though. 45 from goal in front of the scoreboard that shows South Barwon 24 leading the Eagles 2. Got close to the man on the mark, and that has impacted the kick as he went looking for Caldu and getting across, judging at best, taking the mark. Here's Charlie Byrne. Byrne short to Walter, who doesn't look to be impeded for St John of God by that earlier issue. He'll now kick to half back, and Laffey is there, but Joe McDonald calls him out and says, I'll take it on the chest in the long sleeves, but he's at right half back, going short to Ned Harris. Harris has got it between the top of the 50-metre arc and the point of the square at right half back, so he'll just go short with a kick to Bove. Bove, it was a half volley, so he's been called to play on. This might get some free play moving. It's a high ball to the wing, and Goff will mark on the chest, and they are absolutely listless going forward at the moment of the Eagles.
Drills the ball back to Sexton, takes the mark still on centre wing, wants to settle the play down. So they're going to try and push some big boys forward and go towards Fort. He goes up, the big fella, takes the mark at 50. That's better. Pocock, nothing he could do there. Fraser wants to move it on. He's 55 from goal. Tries to drill it underneath towards Caldu. Chopped off though by the teammate there in Burns, who comes back, tries to get it over the top to Cunningham. Matt McMahon's there as well, needs some help, tries to tap it back. Pocock was there. Driver front-ended with the tackle, not going anywhere. Jack poleaxed into the ground, and it will be a ball up 40 out from the South Barwon goal.
Goff's had 6 intercept marks thus far in this game. That indicates the intercept marking game of both sides.
To Curse High, those stats, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong. Callett won the tap down to a pack of players. Middleton tried to barge his way through. Broughton got high.
He got low too, though, Kingy.
Yeah, got one high after getting low, and Kapala gave away the free kick.
That's that one, isn't it? You sort of half drop, expecting the tackle and get one high. You have to pay the high, but it's a half drop as well.
So Johnny Broughton, who already leads Newtown 1 straight, can extend his lead over the Eagles to 10 points. Kick 1 this afternoon, 11 for the season, game number 6, playing game 108 of his career. And we'll have a shot from directly in front, man on the mark, about 35 from goal, and this for a very handy 28-point buffer. And you would think potentially the way Newtown are going inside forward 50, a match-winning lead. Broughton from 40. On its way, has tugged it to the left and through for a minor score. And the margin is 23, so they're now 3-7-25. They're leaving the door open for Newtown. They're not making them pay, who are 2 behinds. And we're on the Barwon Foods time clock in this second quarter. About 12 minutes gone. The clock here at the ground says nearly 8, but that is a little bit out as Braden Hocking will bring the ball back into play.
You're right, Kingy, because you look up at the scoreboard as an opposition player and you look up and you go, we're only 23 points down. We can kick 3 or 4 goals and we're back in this game and we're in front of this game. So, yeah, you're right. If you leave the door ajar a little bit, it's the mental thinking of the opposition.
Short kick came in from Hocking to Lloyd, then he tried to give it back to Hocking. The umpire said play on, so he goes short into the back pocket. Rory Diamond at the west end of the ground takes the mark for Newtown. They're just trying to tack around the boundary at the moment. Called to play on. He's going to go long towards the top of the square. Wilkinson is called out because the mark taken for the Towners by Dunn, who goes wide to debutant Laffey, who takes the mark. Still at half-back, goes short to Matt Lloyd. So they've had about 12 possessions there at half-back.
They have. They have,
South
at least.
Barwon between there and half-forward. Pretty well defensively set up now. Hocking, they've crowded some space on the outside. McMahon's handball over the top to Diamond. Mitch goes wide to Byrne. He could hurt him here. Left footer, 55 from goal. Drives it long, top of the square. Foppiani should have probably taken the mark because he, in the end, pushed his opponent away but couldn't do so and threw for 1 behind. So 3 behinds there, Newtown. 3-7-25 South Barwon. Morris Business Class Finance K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
White, a long high ball to half-back. Callett with the one hand couldn't take the mark, but nearly did his own roving. He did at ground level. Got a handball release to Noble. Noble fired a handball wide to Urquhart. Urquhart puts a handball into space. The run provided by Broughton outside of the right boot. That's a wonderful build-up. He found Sexton in the left forward pocket, who marks 30 from goal. Tidy Shangle would have to potentially come out on the J curve, but it's great to see Will Sexton back playing footy. He's had a horror run with injuries over the journey. This is a guy that was good enough to finish top 5 in a Geelong VFL best and fairest pre-COVID.
He injures himself in the most unique ways too, Kingy.
Punching goalposts is probably not a smart move.
But great play there by South Barwon to Rivier overlap inside 50, pick that target.
He won't come out on the J curve. He's actually going to go with a traditional straight line drop punt, and that is going to work for him. Lovely finish from Will Sexton, goal of the day contender from the, well, he's not a veteran, but he's not young anymore either. And his team leads by 28. 4-7-31, Newtown Chilwell, 3 behinds. And Will Sexton now averaging a goal a game, coming off 3 last week against North Shore, and his team holding a very handy advantage as we head towards half-time.
Not only has there been some inside 50 dominance, but it's 9 zip for marks inside forward 50 as well. So they've got the targets in there, and if they can expose that extra, like Mark Neal said earlier about having a +1, because the focus is not on that +1, then they're going to use it, and that's what they've been doing this quarter.
So back to the middle. Maddock having a run in the ruck against Callett. Goes towards Noble and Mulroney. Coming though, Condi gets it back to the straight back handball, but to Bove. Newtown into attack. Forward. Foppiani comes out. Off hands. Punched away. Forward by Postorino. Kick around the corner though for South Barwon to Madigan at half back. And Doyle takes the mark and goes wide to Noble. Creating a bit of space across centre wing. Noble takes the mark. Plays on quickly. That's a fantastic kick to Cunningham. 55 out from goal. Fraser says, give me the ball. He didn't. And he get it to Keldu. So it's the 1-2.
One or the other.
It's which Matheson medalist would like to take the mark.
Correct.
And this time it's Matty Akeldu who takes the mark and will shoot for goal just inside where Will Sexton was a couple of seconds ago. And he'll shoot from 30 outside angle.
Harry Cunningham wasn't kicking that to Matt Caldo.
He was going to Fraser Ford. He just got a little bit too much of it on the belly of the B&R inside forward 50. But, you know, you can't get the extra numbers back when you move the ball that quick, and they exposed them something shocking on the outside then, and they've been doing it all day today. They've got the outside run and the outside ball extremely well inside their forward 50.
The skipper comes in, 30 out, 2 in a minute. Oh, that's a good kick.
That's a great kick.
That's a beautiful kick. And the 5th for South Barwon. And Caldu's first, 5-7-37. They lead Newtown and Chilwell 3 behind. Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard, it's asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 4 Morris.
My pre-game notes basically have said, Jace, and they indicate that whatever team can get the ball inside forward 50 most will, you know, and get the opportunity to take those marks. South Barwon have got the calibre. I felt that if you kept Matic quiet up that end, they probably haven't got that marking targets inside forward 50 for Newtown, and it's showing that way at the moment. There's just too many options forward of the ball for South Barwon.
Around the grounds, half-time it is at UTAS Stadium in Launceston. The Giants 38 lead, the Hawks 19. Thanks for Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue, 135 Kensington Road in Leopold. Back in the middle, Matic doing the ruck work, almost doing his own roving, but Matt McMahon got across a handball. Condi. It's going to be a free kick for a hold, although might take away any advantage. No, there was no advantage, and they need to get the footy back. Finn Laffey just ran away from it when they need to get the footy back quickly to get moving. They trail now by 34. And all of a sudden, that 23 became 34 very quickly. And Matt McMahon going 253 this afternoon. You would think that's going to pull up somewhere in the 260s. Might be struggling to see September action this year as he goes short to Matic. Matic can go short to Bove, although concedes some ground and goes back to Hocking, and he looks up and sees 34 players in front of him, so he goes back to Rory Diamond, who cuts back in on Ford after taking the mark and tries to open up the middle of the ground. Kapala, good strong hands in the centre circle marks.
He goes short to Mick Condi, who will on that left go out wide. Pocock. He's between wing and half forward. He goes towards the boundary line. Charlie Harris. They're all coming out, and they're coming back, Bove. So they just can't get it in because there's 18 South Barwon players between Gennaro Bove and the goal. He goes out wide. So back to Charlie Harris, who takes it. Now he called to play on. Goes to centre half forward. Needs Foppiani over the back. Goff falls to the front. Maddox handball for Newtown. Back to Lloyd. He ran straight into the tackle of Middleton. And the umpire said held in. It's going to be a ball up.
Colac 46, Geelong West 13, Bell Park 33, not having it all its own way against Grovedale 26, North Shore 19, Leopold 73, St Albans 1, St Mary's 95, Joey's 53, pulled away from Lara 14. That was 14-12 at one stage. From the ball up, Mick Condi tried to get a handball away, jammed on the boot there by Lloyd towards the top of the square, but back another mark. Rowan Goff has been good this afternoon in the long sleeves for the Swans. He's got it in his defensive goal square, and he goes into the left-back pocket to Pearce, who is marked. Pearce wants the corridor. Oh, and wanted Middleton, and nearly had it knocked out of his grasp by McMahon, but took the mark. Now he'll go short into the left-back pocket. It's a low ball. Boris has got a bit of a task set now. Good tackle, Kapala. That's holding the ball. And they dicked around with it inside defensive 50. And Chaz Kapala, who's not a noted goal kicker, will go back and have a shot on the Eagles first. So unnoted that in game 49, he's only kicked 6 goals previous and not 1 this season. So good forward pressure there from the Eagles. They just need to find some momentum going to half-time.
Well, I guess if they can't mark it inside forward 50, they're going to have to try to get their goals from different avenues, and forward pressure is going to have to be it, and that might be the start of it.
Can they find their first goal of the afternoon in time on of the second quarter? Chaz Kapala, that's nice. Good finish from the youngster Kapala with his first of the season, first of the afternoon, and first of the afternoon for Newtown and Chilwell. They go to 139. They trail South Barwon 5-7-37. Second quarter action. Sorry to Nathan, the team, we haven't had a chance to mention the scoreboard for Morris Business Class Finance. Asset finance by Geelong people. For Geelong people, call 1300 4 Morris in the expert chair for the Sporting Globe, Matty Kershaw.
Well, there's only been 6 goals kicked so far, Kingy, so she's been a bit of a tight arm wrestle, but you're right, you mentioned it, there's got to be some other avenues to goal, and if it's got to be when the ball hits the ground, they keep it locked in there. They kept it in there. They put the pressure on. They forced the turnover, and they got a shot on goal from it.
From the middle, Middleton for South Barwon gets it towards half forward. Over the top, the 2 number 1s, Cunningham. He taps it on, past Noble. Might be able to run onto it. Sits for Lockie, does it? No. Fort comes out the other way, hands and knees. Handball back on the up to Noble. Short little kick. In front, Pocock. Or got high, yeah. Got slapped across the arm as well. So it's going to be a free kick to Alex Pocock in the last line of defence.
Mark Neal joined us back in the box for the Sporting Globe. Neildy, control at the moment for your boys as the ball goes to half-back. Wilkinson takes a nice mark.
Yeah, it is. Newtown try to play that brand of footy where they just hold on to the footy. So we just have to be patient. They put their own delay on the ball, so we just got to capitalise if they make an error.
Wilkinson long to the outer wing. Foppiani, good defensive spoil over the top, knocks it out of bounds. And we'll get a boundary thrown. That was Tom Pearce getting a good fist on that. Is the game being played the way you want it to be played?
It probably is now, King. I reckon early in the second quarter was a fair bit of up and back. We just needed to take control. When Will Sexton kicked that goal, I believe he did the right thing. He just slowed everything down, took his full 30 seconds. We're happy with the ball around the stoppage. Yeah, overall, yes.
To the ball, spills free now. Starkey for South Barwon goes towards Fort, punched away. Pocock, Cunningham, who's been good this afternoon. Handball back to Fort, tried to nail him in the head with the handball. Was that hot? Middleton, now the other way. Ned Harris for Newtown gets it away towards Matt Lloyd. Left foot kick from centre wing, scrubby sort of kick. Needed Dunn to pick it up, he did, and then he gave it to Mick Condy, who was actually being tackled by Taylor Mulroney before he got the footy. That's how close Taylor Mulroney was, and it's going to be a ball up just forward of centre wing for Newtown.
Hirsch, what do you say?
You must be happy with the way the ball's coming into your defensive half and the intercept marks. Goff's taken 6 already, and you've had 9 in total. Yeah,
look, we really are. There's a lot of we're pleased with our mids, Kirsch. We reckon they're putting a lot of pressure on the ball, and we've got some handy players down back. They get themselves organised. You mentioned Goff, he's taken a lot of marks. And it's an interesting one because Newtown are playing that defensive role on him, and he's sort of getting lost a little bit. Todd White helps. He shores things up and helps kids like young Boris and young Tommy Pearce.
Yep. Boundary throw in. Is that Mawson doing the ruck work and winning the tap? It was.
It is. Brilliant coaching move.
Middleton.
Bang!
Kick inside 50 was a cracker from Starkey, and he finds Caldu, and Caldu will go back and have a shot, and they give themselves a little low 5. A little exchange there, and Matty Caldu a chance for his second, and to push the margin back to 34 points.
The Max Mawson, he might put you in the ruck, do a little bit of ruck work. And I wasn't sure by the look on his face whether he didn't hear me, he thought I was joking, or he thought I was a complete idiot. Or a combination
or
of
all three.
The good thing, Neildy, about is the intercept marks at the other end. You've had 9-0 inside forward, 50 marks as well. It's another area you're getting hold of them.
Caldu from 45 metres, got under it a little bit, but I reckon he's just snuck it in at the right-hand goalpost. He has. Kicks his second of the afternoon, which in terms of the contest is not a bad return. 6-7-43, Newtown Chilwell 139 as we tick towards half-time. Second quarter action thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. The second quarter asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people, and Mark Neal's in the expert's chair while coaching South Barwon for the Sporting Globe.
Well, what I was thinking, there's not too many occasions in life where you can hand out the double invoice. That is one of the greatest things of all time. And knowing me as I do real well, some of my invoices they can sting too.
Very creative.
It's fantastic. Look, it's all part of being involved with community sport, isn't it? Get out, have a chat, promote the club, but I think most importantly, promote the game. Look, I know there's a lot of people here, and it's great. Like, it's local community footy. Get around to players, a little bit of theatre. We've even got some boys from Deer Park down the front. They're having a great day. I think they're in some type of anti-footy in Melbourne that's not playing this weekend.
Ball from the ruck contest. It goes, McMahon goes forward to Lazaro, takes the mark, 55 from goal. So Archie Lazaro called to play on. Coming at him, Callie. He's going to be under pressure from wide as well. He goes wide.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Fantastic play at the back by Urquhart, who's had a good day as well. He goes with the kick towards centre wing, and he's just done all his good work. Byrne gives it back, hocking over the top. All sets Byrne a task. His handball had to be quick. It was Charlie Harris over the top. Callie comes. So does Todd White. Puts Condy into the tackle, and he's not going anywhere on centre wing. We're going to have a ball up.
And I think that's part of it too. Like, we've been really happy with Zach Urquhart and Kelly O'Neill from the wings. They're getting back really quick, and I think both of them, look, they work their backsides off. I don't reckon they're the thread the needle type players with the ball, but they play within their lanes, I reckon, most of the time.
They've been really good. They're giving you some offensive spread, but they've been really good getting that defensive slide going as well. So they've been really important, the wingers today.
Yeah, they have, and I think that's important on a big ground. And I mentioned before we thought the backs were well set up. That's being aided by Kelly and Zach from their wings.
From the boundary throw-in, the kick of Urquhart was smothered off the boot, went out of bounds. We're just waiting for the ball to return, and it's now hurled back into play by the boundary umpire. Kellett double palm down, front of the pack, brought and handball release Noble. Noble jammed it on the left boot, inside 50, bouncing ball. Pocock will be first there as Fort just got caught off balance, and Pocock will go laterally with a kick to Mitch Diamond. He's a long way from home, and they've only kicked one goal for the half. Top of his defensive goal square, Mitch Diamond will swing it towards our best seats in the house for
here, boys.
24/7. Wiedemann couldn't complete the mark, and that's half-time. Nearly give us your thoughts to half-time as you head in to address your boys.
Pleased with the first half, Kingy. The things we're pleased with, intent at the ball and the setup around the stoppages, because Newtown are really good in that aspect. And also, I think, from a defensive point of view, Newtown play that game style where they will transfer the ball from one side of the ground to the other. And I think our players this year, knowing that was coming, they're showing that they're calm defensively. They're not getting stressed by the fact they can't win the ball back immediately. So they're setting up well behind the ball. And when we do get delay, a lot of those high balls that are going in, as Kirsch and Jace were letting us know, that, Goffey's taken half a dozen intercept marks. I think Pearce has got one. Maybe Todd White's probably got a couple. So we're pleased with those things, mate.
Thanks for the insight. See you in the second half.
No worries. Cheers.
Mark Neal, the coach of South Barwon for the Sporting Globe, and we're going to go down. I think Todd White might be standing next to Birchie. Birchie, down to you. Just wanted to get through this weekend's game. But we have a few long-standing coaches too. We've had some that have been well before COVID in their coaching roles. So it'll be interesting to see what unfolds over the next 48 hours as South Barwon make their way back out onto the ground. Newtown and Chilwell also out on the field, but trailing by 34 points. Matty Kershaw in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong. Is there any way back here for the Eagles?
No, well, they just need to find an avenue. That's that sort of last kick, that kick from, I guess, what are we saying, 80 to 50 metres into their forward line. There's one that's falling down. So they've either got to slow their game down a bit and maintain a bit of possession going inside their forward half, because they haven't got that marking target at the moment, or they bite the bullet and throw Hocking forward or something like that. They've got to do something. I know they've got the big bigs down here, South Barwon, but they've got to make the most of their opportunities going forward, and that's where they're falling down at the moment. They haven't got that target. Maddock is completely out of the game. He's only had the one kick, one handball, one mark. So, for a player that's been kicking goals all season, you keep him quiet, they lose that avenue.
Sounds like a George Thorogood and the Destroyers song. One beer, one bourbon, one scotch.
Well, he's on George Thorogood music at the moment, because he's the one who sort of needs the lift for them, I think. Connor Foppiani has mentioned before the break that he's the one who's getting up the ground a little bit further and taking some marks as a conduit player, but it's that last kick going inside forward 50 from the launch pad, 70, 80 metres, that they're really struggling with. So I think they're going to have to throw the magnets around. They have no choice to get themselves back in this game. If they continue to stay status quo, the game will get away from them, and South Barwon will dominate as they are in all aspects of this game. So make some changes, throw the magnets around, get Hocking forward. That'll be a start.
Just saw Sam James walk past us. He's actually running water, so I don't know whether that's a good sign going forward. He might be back soon for South Barwon for St John of God.
Let's hope so, because he's a very good footballer, and imagine him in the back half of this season into this side that's already dominating the midfield as it is. So he'd be a very handy inclusion, and it'd certainly make Tom King smile, that's for sure.
Birchie, you actually just having a quick couple of words there with Sammy James as he walked past. I thought you might be going to grab him for a chat, but what did he have to tell you?
He's seeing the surgeon on Wednesday, so he'll be a little bit clearer on when his return date is there. But a big smile on his face, so it mightn't be long.
What about the work of the executive producer here, just providing the sustenance?
Refreshments. Well done.
Thank you, Laurie Hill.
Well done.
Best work.
He's all over it, Potter.
Well done. Great work, Potter.
Players moving into position. We'll keep an eye on any changes. Connor Foppiani's out there, so that's a good sign for the Eagles, and they'll have 4 coming to the bench.
Zach Walter's starting forward, so that might be just that added bit of grunt they need down there.
Joe McDonald's gone deep as well next to Maddox, so just sort of pairing off a little bit, although Walter's moved sort of away from Postorino for the moment, but pardon me, they need to find something as we get into this second half.
And if they continue going the same way, the game's just going to get completely away from them. They're struggling to score, so they just need to be competitive with ball going inside forward 50.
Caldo and Maddox, the wide cross healthcare head-to-head. Well, we know who's dominating that one, Kirsch.
Yeah, Caldo certainly got on top. He started a bit slow as well. He's kicked a couple of goals now, taking some marks inside forward 50, and he's just starting to find his straps. And if he keeps going the way he's going, he's going to get ample opportunity with the amount of ball coming inside. So Caldo to continue his way, and I'm hoping for a Lukey Maddox rebirth this half, and he gets himself into the game.
Scooters, walkers, but much more. Trusted advice, best solutions. That's White Cross Healthcare, 140 Fine Street in South Geelong. Umpire Richie
must be waiting for the TV.
Waiting for some thumbs up from his fellow umpires in Steve Gannacci and Tom Janke. Ball held aloft, and third quarter is underway for Barwon Timber. Here's Jace on KRockFootball.live.
Ben Callett and Cat Wilkinson in the ruck contest. Matty McMahon is wrapped up straight away in that tackle by Kelly, not going anywhere, so we're going to have a secondary bounce in the middle. Umpire Richie throws the ball in the air. Wilkinson in front, pushed past it by Callett, got it down for South Barwon. Oh, I think that was a bit high. Matty McMahon came at Doyle Madigan, didn't like the hair colour, I think, or didn't like the way his hair was sitting. And Doyle Madigan wants to play on straight away too, gets around on the left foot, goes towards forward 50. Urquhart pushed off the football by Charlie Harris. Mawson runs past it. Charlie Harris for Newtown, handballs back. Diamond to Mitch around the corner, short little kicks okay, finds Braden Hocking.
Hocking comes inboard. Hocking comes inboard and finds Lloyd. Lloyd with the footy, point of the square, right half back. Sends a kick towards Maddox over the top. Pearce couldn't mark, but Goff out the back, skidding ball, picked it up nicely. And then kicked in the one motion as he sends it to Wiedemann, who marks it right half back. Wiedemann, the left footer. Well, it's not a great kick on the bounce. Todd White asked a lot of, but managed to free the arms, got a handball straight to Bove. Wiedemann provided good pressure, but knocked it back into the path of Bove, who kicks on the left. Maddock his target. It bounces in front of him and Pearce. Maddock tried to shift him off the footy. He didn't do so successfully. Goff got across. That's a really good tackle. Lucky not to be holding the ball against Goff. And we'll get a ball up or make it a boundary throw-in in the left forward pocket in front of the McLean Pavilion that hasn't had a lot to shout about in this opening half of football, but if they were to get on a roll, the Towners, I reckon the past players would be up and about.
A few past players wanting to get their boots out of the car too and get forward of the ball.
Mark Hall might be keen to have a bit of a run.
They might need a bit of old school football out there.
From the throw-in, it's a high free kick against Lloyd on Jonty Broughton, and he'll take the free kick deep inside defensive 50. Broughton with 1 goal won this afternoon.
Comes towards the broadcast van at half back. Lockie Noble takes the mark for South Barwon, squeezes it, chopped off beautifully. Braden Hocking, left foot kick inside, Fopiani. And that's the turnover they wanted, Newtown. They squeezed them up there. Noble's kick was terrible to the middle of the ground.
Yeah, look, he wanted the corridor, but that wasn't the kick to the corridor. He just gave
bit skinny on the corridor there,
a little
wasn't
bit too skinny, and he really did sort of show his hand, didn't he? He was always going to kick there, so they positioned themselves accordingly, Newtown, and they defended it well.
And they need this goal to start the second half. Connor Fopiani, 40 out, right foot kick, has drifted, I think, has not really made the distance. Just got there. Madigan made sure it's through for one behind, so he has 2 behinds this afternoon. 1-4-10 Newtown. South Barwon 6-7-43 Barwon Timber. K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. 2
behinds for Connor Fopiani. The kick in marked in the left back pocket by White, who fires a handball to Pearce. Pearce a kick to half back, turned it over. And this is a game that won't be one for the archives. As Joe McDonald marks, runs to about 60 and just sits the kick up. Maddock front position couldn't mark, kept his feet front of the pack. Walter couldn't take it. Through traffic, Madigan gave it to Cunningham. Goff is down behind play. Keep an eye on that Birchie for St John of God. He's getting to his feet now. Seems to be okay. Just maybe just a bit stunned. Although he's grabbing at a right shoulder. And now we're getting the umpire just stopping play as Rowan Goff sorts himself out. Umpire will restart play, and Fopiani will do the ruck work against Callett. Callett winning the tap down. Ball spills into the path of Broughton. Broughton on the left will send a kick very wide, wanting Ford, who down low genuflects and takes the mark.
Good mark.
That is a really good mark for a bloke at about 6'4.5" to get down that low. He turns and kicks to half forward.
Goes now with the kick. Over the back. Hamlin hanger. Matt Caldu does well. And he goes to the right foot quickly inside 50. Max Mawson can't take the mark. Punched on past him. Coming at it, Noble. Bove's there as well. The 2 number 22s. Newtown at the back. Under pressure. Diamond. Handball chopped off. Kelly O'Neill off a step. Right foot kick. Has he made the pay? Yes, he has. Kelly O'Neill with the turnover and the goal. And he puts his first on the aboard this afternoon. And South Barwon go to 7-7-49. They lead Newtown 1-4-10. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
I'll be a little bit disappointed with that Newtown because they had 3 repeat inside forward 50s and they couldn't get any value out of it. Yes, they had their first mark inside forward 50, but it just rebounded that little bit too easy. And it was those key focal players again. Fort, Caldo. Kelly O'Neill's been really good today, and it was a great goal there. You just feel it's so much easier when the ball goes the other way. They're getting easy goals or easier goals than what Newtown are trying to get their shots on.
Game 104 for Kelly O'Neill this afternoon. Just the 11th goal of his career, so he's not a regular on the goal-kicking sheet. Second of the season, back in the middle. Umpire throws it up. It's allowed to bounce in front of both Callett and Wilkinson. Broughton tried to handball for space. Madigan ran onto the footy, dragged with the footy by Condi, and it's a throw. Condi will turn and kick quickly to Bove on the other side of the centre circles. Need to get something going here, the Towners. Bove just sets it up for Fopiani. Goff over the top. Hamlin hanger. He's been doing it with a plum all afternoon, and he quickly gives a handball off to White.
White now didn't know where to go to start with. Left foot kick back was great. Held it up and just got it to Mawson inside the centre square. Wants to move it quickly. Goes to the right foot out towards the pocket over the head of Cunningham. Will it sit for him? Braden Hocking comes out. Cunningham does well against 3. Handball, that was sloppy. Pocock close to the boundary with Fort. Cunningham, got one high. The umpire, no. Umpire said play on. Back to Fort. Up the chimney and punched away by Pocock. Back to Fort. And it's just cue the Benny Hill music in the pocket. And it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
The ball had 3 possessions and it actually didn't leave a metre radius.
No, that's right. So a throw-in Left forward pocket for South Barwon. Very dark here too at Ellerslie in this third term. Turn the lights on. And we're going to have a throw in for Wilkinson and Caldew.
Ball back into play. Wilkinson will plant himself at the front, win the tap down. He actually won the tap to Caldew, who then was dragged down in a tackle by Byrne, and will get a ball up about 30 out in the left forward pocket from the South Barwon goal. Attacking the Minerva Road end in this third quarter, thanks to Barwon Timber, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. From the stoppage, the ball rolls away towards Zach Walter. Picked it up, can't free his arms. Urquhart laid a really good tackle. Then did get a handball away. Lloyd, his handball, somehow got to Ned Harris. Charlie Harris, I should say. Now, quick kick forward. Walter, a high ball. Goff there, sitting underneath it again. Oh, he caught one from Matt. Yeah, he'll get a free kick just as Joe McDonald was ready to burst away for Newtown. Rowan Goff is having some sort of afternoon. He'll have to be in some sort of Leopold Sporties / schematic standout contention this afternoon as he takes a free kick back of the wing on the Autumn Street side of the ground.
So Goff goes towards half forward, but pluck. Walter, one hand if you don't mind. Zach Walter. Oh, man, he's got a one-hander. He's got a one-hander. Cue the Benny Hill music again. Goes towards Fort. Tapped away by the Newtown defence. The ball comes through. Goal. Harry Cunningham, and then tells the spectators about it as well. A bit of high-five action, James Hurd style. And it's his second of the afternoon, Harry Cunningham. And, I
don't even know what to say about that passage of play.
That left forward pocket has seen about 4 minutes of play in this quarter already, and finally Harry Cunningham was able to put a score on the board. He's second of the afternoon, and they go to 8-7-55 now. South Barwon lead Newtown Chilwell 1-4-10. Barwon Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
That mark by Walter, Doyle Madigan says, nah, I'm going to just trump you on that one-handed mark. Although in saying that, it only went about 5 metres before Madigan intercepted it. So, hilarious play.
Back in the middle, Mulroney, the roving. Quick kick out towards the outer wing. There's going to be a free kick for an arm chop going to Charlie Harris, and it might be 50. No, Charlie Harris wanted 50. Who's getting the free kick? It is Charlie Harris. He's run forward to the mark, so he needs to get back behind the mark. Gives a handball off to Hocking. Hocking confronted, so just chips a kick wide for Condy. Condy's got it. In fact, it's Mitch Diamond, I should say. Driving it inside 50. Pearce has played really well against Maddock this afternoon, giving him no quarter. Pearce, that's Pearce of South Barwon, giving a handball to Wiedemann. Kick to the wing, spoiled away from Urquhart by Hocking. Out of bounds, boundary throw in. Braden Hocking kicked 4 last year. Do you swing him forward against South Barwon?
Yeah, that's the call I wanted at half-time, and we haven't seen it yet. I just think the game's gone. One more goal in favour of South Barwon, and the game's gone. So make that change now. Do something, change it up, get him forward.
Their ambulance hovers above us. Boundary throw in. Mulroney, the roving, had his handball chopped off by Mitch Diamond. Handball release, Wilkinson. Wilkinson to Charlie Harris. Charlie Harris short, and the mark taken by Dunn.
So Dunn, 55 from goal, gave it to Ned Harris on the boundary, chips it back into Foppiani, punched away by Goff. Matt McMahon, the don't argue, got the handball backwards 20 metres. Charlie Harris off a step, can't quite find his teammate. Now it falls towards Goff and also Boris. His handball to Mulroney under pressure from inside 50 to outside. Doesn't sit well. Kelly O'Neill falls over. There's that slippery ground. Middleton just wants to clear it, goes towards centre wing. Laffey runs back. Oh, with the Hamlet hanger. He just did beautifully off Finn Laffey. Goes towards half forward with the kick. No mark taken. Could have been high. Play on the advantage. Umpire says goes now quick. Paddy Kelly towards that left forward pocket. It's going to bounce back. Pocock, though, in the goalkeeper mode, goes for Newtown out wide.
He does, and finds Charlie Harris, who's been busy on that manoeuvre, the Autumn Street wing. Short to his brother Ned. Ned's got it back of the wing, but they've got to find something. Just the one goal, and we're 10 minutes into the third quarter. The Town has a kick at his bootlace. Foppiani did well, got a handball up to Condy, but Condy was ripped to ground immediately, and we'll get a ball up just slightly forward of the wing, favouring the Eagles. They are 1-4-10, trailing South Barwon 8-7-55, the margin 45. Ball into the air. Third quarter action thanks to Barwon Timber on carrollfootball.live. Ned Harris dragged to ground after roving the ruck tap of Wilkinson. And we'll get another stoppage on that outer side. A lot of footy being played on that side of the ground this afternoon, but not a breath of wind here at Elderslie Reserve.
So from the ball up, ball goes towards half forward. Over the back, Rory Diamond did well, pushed Burns past the footy. Then to brother Mitch, his handball back to Braden Hocking. Got slung as he got the kick away. Lazaro at half back. Wants to draw a play and give it away. They now want to switch the play towards Bernard, half-back flank on the broadcast side. He's got some space. He bounces twice, goes to the left foot kick out towards Connor Foppiani. Can't quite pick it up. Goff comes back behind him. Does well, Rowan Goff now with the right foot kick back towards centre wing. Mulroney hit his boot, couldn't pick it up. Byrne kept his feet, then he lost the football. Kelly pushed him off it. Middleton through the middle, strides through, right foot kick towards Fort. He can't pick it up on the half volley. Second effort was all right, got slung as he got the kick away. It's at centre half forward for the Swans, but coming the other way, Mitch Diamond.
Private war being fought between Fort and McMahon. Matic down low, handball on the up, running to 49. Joe McDonald for some sort of goal of the afternoon. Bouncing ball misses to the right, through for a minor score. Margin is 44, 1-5-11, 8-7-55, 11 and a half minutes played on the Barwon Foods third quarter time clock. Barwon Foods sells the freshest fish to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
White kicks it in, short. Finds Boris. Goes to the outer side, centre wing with the kick. Chopped off by Hocking, got a hand to it. Handball back to Mitch Diamond. Had to sit and wait for the handball. He gets it back to Matt McMahon inside the centre square. Now they go short little kick is okay to McDonald. Plays on, right foot kick inside. Oh, Jack Driver. There he is. They're taking raffle tickets behind the ball there, South Barwon. Jack wins the raffle this time. He's going to chip the ball into the back pocket. And Boris, short kick's okay, finds Lockie Middleton. Still inside defensive 50 for South Barwon. Handball pass to Boris, who wants to get around. He popped him straight into two tackles, and he's going to be held in. Lucky.
He could have released that.
Nachos,
Maybe the original tackle had him, and he could have had the opportunity to get the hands free to release.
Ball up, 50-45 from the Newtown goal.
Even nearly had a wry grin then.
Callett, Wilkinson, they nullify each other. Roving done by Driver, got a handball away. Somehow it's landed with Broughton. It was Middleton involved earlier. Urquhart on the outer wing. Laffy laid a really, really good tackle, the debutant, and we'll get a ball up. They are missing a Nash and a Fiore. Flynn Young would be really handy right now, but doing some good stuff at Werribee Newtown. The Swans are without their own guns, including Sammy James. Tapped down by Callett, roving by Mulroney, threw it on his left boot, squirreled it forward, a rolling ball. It's taken nicely by Hocking of the Towners. Gave a handball to Diamond. Diamond turns and kicks and finds Ned Harris. Ned Harris wants to come inboard just over the head of Archie Lazaro, and it's knocked away by Sexton, although he'll be helped out. Driver, although they had a fresh area, he went to go with the left-hand fist. Kapala, handball. Charlie Harris, Kapala, handball partially cut off, but it'll get to Lazaro. Had a little fumble at the inopportune time. Sexton, a sling tackle, according to the umpire. Near the point of the square at left half forward, Archie Lazaro will take the resultant free kick. So his old man who's here today in the past players function, Vin.
So Lazaro goes into the middle, and on the cricket pitch area, there was a bit of a slip for Rory Diamond, but he got up and kicks it straight to Jack Driver, who must be playing for Newtown, is he?
Terrible.
Terrible again. Jack Driver just reading the ball inside 50. He and Rowan Goff just taking everything in front of them. He goes to Fort, who then spears it to the middle. Great play. Open now. 4 to the 50. It's going to be Jonty Broughton. He thought about going for goal, but he saw Max Mawson out of the corner of his eye, and he took the mark. And in that left forward pocket, which is the furthest from our broadcast van, we've spent 55 minutes there, I reckon, all day today. There's been a lot of play in the left forward pocket at the Minerva Road end of the ground. And Max Mawson, who hasn't kicked a goal yet this afternoon, a chance for his first.
If Fort's kick was good, Wiedemann's handball was even better.
Correct, 100% it was. And it just allowed that free play. But let's hope he doesn't hit the Marvel Stadium roof here, Jace.
Yeah, let's not. And the last one was a little bit of a wedge, so let's see if he can do it a bit of 5-iron style, I reckon, through in the left forward pocket. He comes in. Oh, he kept it high again, but I think the goal umpire's a bit happier with that one. He is. And it's through for his first and South Barwon's ninth. They go to 9-7-61. They lead Newtown and Chilwell 1-5-11. Barwon Timber, K-Rock, a third quarter scoreboard. Your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. That is Barwon Timber.
We've seen it so many times today, and that's a score from turnover. Again, it was that intercept mark from Buzz Conway's own Jack Driver down back. But, you know, they're playing into the hands with the way they're delivering in inside forward 50. Their forwards are not getting to look at it, and South Barwon are just reading it better, and they have all day. That's been their real key indicator today of how this game's gone. And, you know, we said it before, the attack starts with defence, and their defence has been superb.
Back in the middle. Maddox gone into the ruck for the moment against Callett. Yeah, he had the footy but couldn't go anywhere, and umpire Richie says, give it to me, I'll put it into the air. Callett, Maddox maybe winning that tap down. Walter tapped it to Matt McMahon. He went bang, Ben Callett, big tackle, brought the veteran to ground. We'll get another ball up, still inside the centre circles. The other thing that's going to hurt Newtown here is their percentage is going to cop a whack.
Yep. And I can understand Maddox going into the ruck because they need to get him into the game. So they're going to play him as that Adam Good style ruckman, run around the ground. But yeah, you just got to get him into the game somehow.
Mulroney in the middle left the footy behind as he tried to burst through, but it's going to spill for Harry Cunningham. A high ball inside forward 50. Target is Mawson, couldn't complete the mark. Front of the pack, Rory Diamond had it knocked from his grasp by Calder, who tried to knock it towards Fort. Tapped by Burns, outside of the right. Boot, top of the square, Broughton just couldn't complete the mark on the juggle. Pocock was able to keep his head. Mawson shrugged off the tackle, gave a handball to Reed, kicked towards half-back and done on the juggle as marked at the 50-metre arc at right half-back.
He goes towards centre wing with the kick, lead on, McDonald takes it, centre wing, can play on, take a bounce, draw a player, handball over the top, needs some work to happen from Connor Foppiani, but coming the other way, Pearce, who monocoque one high there as Joe McDonald ran past as well. Across the face and out of bounds.
I reckon Foppiani got him. It was unintentional. It was just a incidental little clip.
It was poor ball movement then. Jack Driver, terrific frontal pressure, but they just wasted some overlap and they wasted some easy possession there, Newtown.
So boundary throwing, centre wing on the outer side, Maddox and Callett. Boundary umpire puts the ball back into play. Callett in front, might do his own roving work as well. McMahon gets there first for Newtown. Handball back. Kick back in board by Rory Diamond, chopped off. Dustin Burns takes the mark for the Swans.
Dustin Burns from Lake Boga up on the Murray delivers it beautifully onto the chest of Fraser Fort. That is a luscious ball. Man on the mark stands on the edge of the centre square, and Fraser Fort is going back like he's going to try and thump this through. His run up is going to start almost back where a centre wicket area would be. It's just a synthetic pitch here, which is more on the old Cement Works Finesford side of the ground, but he has gone back almost to the middle of Elderslie Reserve.
This will need a roost.
It will. He'll kick from inside the centre square. He's given an unbelievable roost. What a goal from Fraser Fort. Goal of the day contender as he kicks his second. South Barwon 9-7-61. Newtown and Chill 1-5-11. Shelling peas for the reigning joint Matheson medalist Matt Kershaw for the Sporting Globe.
Absolutely. This is real danger times for Newtown now. Like, if they don't start sort of making some moves and throwing the magnets around like we said, this game is all but out of their reach. And not only that...
It is now, but...
Not only that...
It's got 100 points written all over it.
100% of it has. It's got absolute big margin written all over it. And, yeah, that's not a great position for Newtown to be in right now, Jace.
It is not. And then we're back to the middle. We've played 19 minutes in this third term. Barwon Foods time clock sells the freshest fish direct to Udonga Road, North Geelong. Back to the middle for Callett. And through the middle, Madigan. This time, Newtown get it out through Bove, who gets it on centre wing. Kick around the corner. In towards forward 50. Foppiani against Pearce. Pearce does well, or then falls over the crucial stage and needs to get the handball away, and did. Mulroney hit him on the back of the boot, and it popped up to Ned Harris, who gets it inside 50. It's a 2-on-2. Lazaro deep against Goff. Free kick, is it? It's going to be a hold, I think. And it's going to be not against Lazaro. I think it might have been against Mitch Diamond. And the free kick comes to Starkey, who goes outside 50 with the kick off the back of the pack. Handball, Kapala to Walter, back to Kapala, going backwards 35 metres, Hocking, a little bit of Candy, right foot kick, speared it, was okay. Found Matty Lloyd, 55 out, outside of the right boot, towards Foppiani. He can't take the mark. Madigan against Harris, puts him into the turf. Charlie Harris not going anywhere, and we're going to have a ball up about 40 out from the Newtown goal.
I don't know whether this is premature, but the lowest ever score by Newtown against South Barwon came back in 2000, and they were kept to 2-7-19.
Well, it's not looking too great shot today.
They need to double that from what they are at the moment. 1-5-11. Harry Cunningham, a handball out of the pack. It's going to be a free kick. No, umpire said, give it to me, I'll ball it up. It was a very quick whistle as Matty Lloyd was brought to ground near the 50 at right half forward in front of the scoreboard that shines like a beacon on this dark afternoon. 10-7-67 playing 1-5-11. Ball into the air, fisted away by Callett. from the ruck contest. Kapala tracking it. Handball. Bove. Up by Fort. Got a handball away. Stolen by Callett. Bit going on off the footy. And there's going to be a free kick going to Benny Callett, who's rucked manfully this afternoon. Done most of it himself against all comers. Foppiani, Maddock and Wilkinson.
Ball goes towards centre wing. Tracking it back there. Pocock, Fort right next to him. And they see it over the boundary line on centre wing on the outer side. So another boundary throw in. And will be Callett up against Maddock for the ruck contest. Callett with his left hand down off a step. Matty Lloyd goes towards half forward, getting back there. Goff turns Lazaro around, tries to keep the foot in, does, and then kicks it out of bounds on the full.
What happened there?
Well, he was just playing a bit of fun. I think he thought he was running out.
Yeah.
And then he just kicked the ball around the corner and kicked it out of bounds on the full, so Newtown will take the free kick.
Actually just could have kept running inside the field of play.
There was a level of nonchalance there.
It was, wasn't there?
21 and a half minutes played on the Barwon Foods third quarter time clock, and the scoreboard for Barwon Timber showing 67 playing 11. South Barwon too good at the moment for the Eagles. 1-5-11 for Newtown Chilwell. Kapala with the resultant free kick to half forward. Went looking for Charlie Harris, had it spoiled away by White. Front of the pack, Mulroney spills off a couple of sets of hands towards the outer wing. Well done by Lloyd through traffic. Ned Harris freed the arms and then turned and snapped a high ball towards half forward. Pierce over the top, couldn't complete the mark for South Barwon, brought it to ground level. On hands and knees, Foppiani tried to get a handball up, but Starkey was clean, was able to send a dribbling kick on the bounce. Calder was really good, gave it on the up to Cunningham. Cunningham outside of the right boot. Kick not great. Hocking was able to knock it away from Mawson, but Mawson clean below his knees. Handball back and a dinky little kick over the top, wanting Fort, but back with the flight. Ned Harris put his body on the line, took the mark and played on quickly at centre half back.
He did. Wants to switch the play to Finn Laffey at half back. Takes the mark. He's got Mitch Diamond running for him. He goes further towards Charlie Harris. Might sit for him. It's over his head. Lazaro comes across there as well for Newtown. Harris gets through some traffic, then through the ball. That's a throw. Great tackle, Ethan Boris, right in front of the best seats in the house. Thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year. He wants to chip the ball back inboard to Starkey. Inside defensive 50 to Goff. And Goff now. Last line of defence. They switch the ball to the outer side to Todd White. He goes further towards centre wing with the kick. And it's good. Finds Zach Urquhart on centre wing.
He's been good this afternoon, Urquhart, as he kicks towards half forward and leading up. Cunningham couldn't complete the mark in front of Kapala, but recovered the loose footy, turned and snapped a high ball. Mawson stands underneath it. Over the top of him came Byrne, was able to spoil. Matt McMahon trying to burst his way through, was held up by Middleton. McMahon came again, knocked up by Walter, stolen by Cunningham. South Barwon inside 50 and a mark. Noble, that's a strong grab. With Rory Diamond deep in his back pocket, Lockie Noble was able to hang on and take a really good grab in the left forward pocket. Hamlin Hanger contender. Hamlin Holmes' new Bannockburn display home is now open.
He's taken a couple of good grabs today, like not huge, big, massive grabs, but just those really important one-on-one grabs.
And that's not an easy mark with a defender wearing you like a doona. And this to make the margin, unbelievably, this would make it 62 points. They are stuck on 1-5. Their lone goal coming in the second quarter from Chaz Kapala, the Eagles, and maybe their season hopes going with it. Lockie Noble, the Model Worry product, on his way, has pushed it across the face. Margin is 57. 10-8-68 plays 1-5-11, 24 and a quarter minutes played on the Barwon Foods third quarter time clock. Here at Elderslie Reserve, here's Jason Doherty.
And Charlie Byrne plays on from fullback for Newtown, kicks it in, looks for Mitch Diamond, over his head though, turnover possibly, coming across though, Walter for the home side. His handball missed the target at half forward for South Barwon. Middleton runs the straight line, right foot kick. Wow.
Lucks of fortune.
Yeah, lucks of fortune, because the kick was horrific from Lockie Middleton, but Fraser Fort playing in front as you need to as an under 11 footballer, and he's a senior footballer, and he's taken the mark and will shoot for goal 40 outside angle.
Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of pressure on him just at the last minute where he kicked it either a little push or a grab of the jumper, so maybe give him a benefit of the doubt there, Jace, that he just had a bit of pressure on him with the kick.
Grumpy Fraser.
Yeah, he won't be grumpy if he kicks this, Chase.
He's coming for goal number 3.
Grumpy cat.
Look at that, straight through. Oh, that's a little bit of animation too from Fraser there. Nice.
A bit of emotion.
Yeah. He's third of the afternoon, 11th for South Barwon, 11-8-74. They lead Newtown and Chilwell 1-5-11. Barwon Timber, K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard in the experts chair. Thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport. Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Matt Kershaw.
I know we've mentioned it a couple of times, but just those options inside forward 50s, the difference. And even Mawson and Noble taking those marks. They don't have to go to Fort and Caldo every time. They've got those options. But when Fort and Caldo do get the ball, they make you pay.
Taking control of this contest now. Back in the middle, Mawson is doing the ruck work against Wilkinson. Wilkinson favoured by the ball up, which is impossible when you throw it up, but he was. And he was able to win the tap down, but at the bottom of the pack, a South Barwon player who's going nowhere, and that is Paddy Kelly. Like the look of Paddy Kelly. There's not a lot of him, but geez, he has a crack youngster from Nullawil. He trained last year with South Barwon while returning home. In the middle, Urquhart, Mawson fires a handball. Middleton gave a handball off. Boris drives it towards right half forward. Into the path of Noble. Will knock it to his own advantage. Jam it on the right boot. High ball. Goal square. Where's Fraser Fort? Where's Caldo? Nobody can mark. Paddy Kelly bursting through. Running to 1 tackle, 2 tackles. Should be holding the ball. Not paid that way. Got a handball away according to the umpire. Knocked by Noble to Burns. It got one high in the right forward pocket. Going in low to get the footy. There was not a lot there that Charlie Byrne could do. And in the right forward pocket. Tight angle here for Dustin Burns, playing his 4th game from Lake Boga. I'm guessing that's North Central League.
Yeah, would be. Well, we know what AFL players would do here, Jace, but I think he's just going to go the standard drop punt, isn't he?
I reckon he would have played last year.
Banana!
He has gone with the banana, and he has missed to the near side. Would have played with Josh Jenkins last year, I think.
Okay.
Sea Lake, yeah.
I see Sea Lake.
Daily.
So in the same,
Played against him.
Same comp.
And watched Josh kick a couple.
Just a few.
Just a few. Kane Reid's going to kick it in for a fullback for Newtown. Plays on. Comes broadcast side with a helicopter. Only as far though as Starkey. He gets the way towards Harry Cunningham, who drills it to Fraser Fort. And that has training drill written all over it at the moment. And Fraser is going to have another set shot for goal from pretty much the same position he did 3 minutes ago. He's kicked 3 this afternoon, and this for South Barwon's 12th.
Well, just the lack of pressure coming into that forward 50 then, Jace. You see the difference between that last one where there was a bit of pressure. The ball wasn't a great delivery, but that one was superb to Fraser Fort.
Jack Driver just having a chat with umpire Ganaccia.
Chewing the fat.
Got me in for the 3 yet, Narch.
Be careful, Nachos. They'll give you a fine. And Fraser Fort kicks the goal. So his 4th of the afternoon, Fraser. He kicked 4-9 last week. He's kicked 4 goals, 1 today, and they go to 12-9-81 South Barwon. They lead Newtown and Chilwell 1-5-11. Barwon Timber, K-Rock, 3rd quarter scoreboard.
Do you reckon those past players have stayed inside for Newtown?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
They're not coming out.
No.
There might be some old videos on in there, I think.
Mark Hall's just said, has anybody got a copy of the 82 grand final?
Right, exactly.
Anyone got a VHS player to play it on? That's the question.
Hawthorn lead the GWS Giants 76-66 on the Leopold Sporties around the grounds. 12 minutes into the final term. Back in the middle. Chance here again for the Swans. Handball on the up. Middleton found Broughton. Kicked towards right half forward. Went looking for Burns, who had his opponent over on the footy, and he found the ball. Got it to Kelly O'Neill. Tried to get it to Harry Cunningham, who tried to knock it to his own advantage. Noble a handball back. Burns over his head. Harlan Globetrotter style. Middleton just jams on the boot. Caldo front position. Had it knocked away. No arm chop according to the umpire, or too high against Kane Reid, who I reckon's done a pretty... In terms of Newtown players who had a decent crack this afternoon, Kane Reid and the Caldo battle has been good.
Yeah, he has been pretty good. I mean, Caldo's, what is he up to now? He's up to 10 kicks, 4 marks, 2 goals. So I suppose if he kicks another one here, he's sort of in that category of having a good game himself, isn't he? But Kane Reid certainly has done a job on him.
To make it a 76-point margin at 3-quarter time, I don't think anybody saw this coming here this afternoon to Elderslie Reserve. Caldo looking for his 3rd of the afternoon from just on 50. On the siren, goes bang. He's very, very happy with it too. And his teammates come to him to a man, and they will take a 76-point buffer into 3-quarter time.
Say that again, Kingy.
A 76-point buffer after a 7-goal 3rd quarter. 13-9-87. They led by 34 at half-time. They now lead by 76. Newtown and Chilwell 1-5-11 that 3rd quarter. Thanks to Barwon Timber, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. We'll take a break. Come back on the other side. side. Birchie will be down at the huddles. We'll go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties and bring you the final term thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. But it is South Barwon, well on their way to win number 5 of season 2024 and getting some handy percentage on the way as well. Newtown, well, the masochist in me says, let's see if they're going to get anywhere near their lowest score against South Barwon.
Well,
previously 2-7-19. They need to kick another goal. Well, they need to kick 2 goals.
Yeah.
They kicked 1-5. They kicked 2 behinds in that third quarter. We'll be back shortly as GWS have taken the lead back.
Against Queenscliff 59. Anglesea 79, definitely not having it their own way against Mottawarri 76. Ocean Grove 65 lead Port Arlington 44 and Torquay 1-1-1 lead Newcombe 47.
That's the only game that's really out of reach there, isn't it, Matt?
Absolutely. So it's all nice and tight in the Ballerine this afternoon, and around the grounds it was pretty tight down at UTAD Stadium as well between the Giants and the Hawks. The Hawks have reclaimed the lead. They are at the moment 11-11-77. They lead the Giants 11-6-72, and there's 10 minutes to play in the final term at the University of Tasmania Stadium in Launceston. Kirsch third term, all South Barwon.
Again, it's rinse and repeat, Jace, except this time they sort of just get the game. The game's going to open up a little bit too. That's the concerning thing for Newtown. And I reckon in the last 10 minutes of that quarter, they just started to open up a little bit. So Newtown are really going to have to change something here. But it was 16 inside forward 50s to South Barwon to 11 to Newtown. So that was their highest inside forward 50s, but they only took the one mark inside forward 50, and that was to Fopiani early, who missed the goal from that set shot. Clearances, they're getting absolutely beaten up around the ball, and it was 10-4 that quarter South Barwon's way. That is an absolute annihilation in that quarter. So it's all the same one-way traffic, Jace, and intercept marks 7 to South Barwon, only 4 to Newtown, but 3 of those went to Rowan Goff.
Okay, we're going to go down to Jane Birch. Birch is with Newtown coach Damien McMahon.
Well, Mac, it's been a bit of a tough day, obviously, already, but I heard the word pride bandied about by a few players in there, and obviously that's what it is about in this last quarter, getting a few goals on the scoreboard and pegging back a bit of that margin and some respectability.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We only kicked 1 goal for 3 quarters of footy. A bit of pride in the last quarter, a bit of fight, a bit of effort. A little bit of playing how we would normally play is the key here, with a bit more grit, and hopefully we can hit the scoreboard and finish and win the quarter.
And a bit of an issue's been that sort of final kick from that launching pad area into finding a forward 50 mark, and so you've thrown a couple of key marking targets forward for the last quarter.
Yeah, look, we're going to try something different. We're a little bit light on for key position players, so we're taking some of our key backs and putting them in our forward line, but got nothing to lose at this stage in the game, so it's worth a try.
Good luck. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Birchie. Downstairs with Damien McMahon.
We spoke about it, Jace, about that change of personnel going forward, but, the problem is they're 70 points down, 76 points down. You needed to do it when they were 44 points down at half-time. That's when you should have done that. Probably a little bit too late now to make that change.
Just come from the South Barwon huddle. I had a quick listen to Mark Neild, and really interesting. Players usually huddle up. Neild actually stood in the middle of them. They circled around him.
Yep.
And he said, he was talking about don't waste this 30 minutes. He goes, Saturday afternoons, this is supposed to be the most fun part of your week, but don't waste this. He goes, they don't give big prizes in round 8 or round 9, whatever it is.
Yep.
Those are his words. But, respect the game, respect your teammates, see out the next 30, and I think you might see them try and put them to the sword. This could get ugly.
Hocking gone forward. Just trying to see who's down there deep on Fraser Fort. Is that?
Maddox gone back.
Maddox gone back. So, Fraser, I would suggest that Hocking's gone forward. Pocock potentially gone forward.
Yeah, Pocock was the other one.
Yeah, Pocock and Hocking forward, Maddox back. So, Maddox hasn't been in the game. He's had 2 possessions, and that's the change.
Back in the middle, final quarter for Harvey Norman Electrical with Hawthorn leading by 5. There's a free kick, Jace, for a hold.
Yep, going to go to South Barwon, and the free kick's going to go to Taylor Mulroney. So he goes from the middle towards half forward. Burns can't take the mark. Falls back to him, though. Falls into his arms. He tries to get the handball on the up. Todd White got it to Sexton. Oh, he got one high. The umpire said yes. Umpire Nacho's right there.
He'll get it.
And he will. So Sexton, 50 from goal. Very dark. Turn the lights on. Gee whiz, how's the scoreboard? It sits out the ball.
What a ball.
Kick.
What a ball.
Will Sexton. He hit the leading mark. There was 4 players between him and the leading mark from Matt Keldu. So that was an amazing kick. Just floated it over the top beautifully. And the skipper took the mark and will shoot for goal number 4 from 30 out directly in front.
So he drew the forward to the ball. So he knew where he wanted to kick it or to an area, and he made the forward lead into that marking area.
So the skipper,
experience, Chase.
Yes, absolutely.
He's a very good footballer when he plays, when he's on the field.
Yes, they're happy to have him back too, the skipper.
Absolutely.
For goal number 4 and the 14th for South Barwon this afternoon. He comes in western end of the ground and he kicks straight through the middle. Does not muck around. Knew it was there straight away as soon as it came off the boot. 14-9-93 South Barwon. They lead Newtown Chilwell 1-5-11 Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. That is his 4th this afternoon.
Yeah, and we talked about the job Kane Reid was doing on him and how he was doing a good job on him. But I suppose at the end of the day, if Caldo finishes with several marks and a few possessions and those 4 or 5 goals, then he's had a really good day out, and that's exactly what's happening at the moment. But unfortunately, Kane Reid's a victim of circumstance as well on the weight of ball inside forward 50.
This is as bad as we've seen Newtown and Chilwell under Damien McMahon.
I don't think I've seen him this bad, Key.
Back in the middle, tap down Callett. Ball in the hands of Ned Harris, a handball into space. Fopiani will run onto the loose footy, burst towards 50, handball too high for Condi, stolen by Driver. Kick was just off the toe of the boot. Found his way into Ned Harris's arms. He gave a handball to Charlie Harris, who on the bounce gave it to Condi. Tight in the pocket, tough angle, not a bad effort though from Mick Condi. He's just missed to the near side. His near side, and through for a minor score margin is 81. 1 goal, 6 Newtown and Chilwell. You didn't see this coming, that they'd be 1 goal at the 2-minute mark of the final term for Barwon Foods.
So the ball back to the middle. And who's it going to sit for? South Barwon got the numbers and they're on the run, but Towner's coming the other way. McDonald does well, gets the kick out wide. Bit of space to Charlie Byrne, who takes the mark, chips the ball over the top. Mick Condy has to sit and wait for it, picks it up on the half volley. Round the corner's good, finds Charlie Harris at left half forward. Plays on quickly, goes into the pocket, over the head of a couple and at the back. Oh, Jack Driver takes the mark, chips the ball across the face of goal. Mulroney takes the mark, he gets Goff further afield, he's handball. Gets it further to Starkey at half-back, takes a bounce. Now he goes long, looking for Mawson, who goes up, punched away from behind. Mawson and Foppiani falls to the front. Rory Diamond's handball was at a push. The umpire said a hold, and he's going to take a free kick. McDonald's called to play on, and he pays advantage, goes inside, handballs, chain, through the middle. They've mucked it up again at centre half forward, and the Swans come the other way.
Chance for Boris to drive it towards Burns. I'll get numbers 4 to the footy here. Mawson is streaming forward. If he turns and kicks quickly, he can send it in that direction. Mawson back with the flight will mark. Turnover. Shallow turnover by Newtown, and then be made to pay on the counter. Just keep an eye on Matty Lloyd, Birchie, who I think may be a bit of cramp, just stretching out for St John of God, but I can't believe what we've seen from Newtown this afternoon. This is really hard to comprehend for a team that, look, we suspected they were going to drop off a little this year, but, 4-4 going into a crucial clash, and to be 81 points down, this to make it 87, and Mawson looking for his second of the afternoon. First time he'll have kicked 2 in a game in his young career, and he has got a very high loft.
He needs a little bit of work with Matty, I think, with Kirsch.
Well, he drops it with one hand.
He does, doesn't he?
There's no guidance.
Underneath, really.
Yeah.
Margin is 82-94, playing 12.
Maddock plays on from full back, gets a stat, goes out towards defensive 50, Burns there for Newtown, comes back with a short little kick to Bove, gives it back to Byrne. His little chip around the corner, mucking around with it. Now they need some help. Kapala, free kick anyway, coming back. Charlie Harris held on to at half back.
Hawthorn by 5 at the 25-minute mark.
Short to Kapala, get the tape measure out. He goes back inside 50 to McDonald. He's got Reed and also Maddock. He goes in that direction over the head of Fort. Still at defensive 50. Handballs it to Reed, who runs past. Now who's he going to kick to? He hasn't got much to kick to, so he just goes down the line, and Starkey, big thump away, double fist to Mick Schultz style. Could have marked it, didn't worry about it. Out of bounds on Westie's wing.
Wanted to make sure Mick Schultz got a mention.
Yeah, of course, every game.
AFL coverage tomorrow from 2 o'clock. KROC 955, KROCfootball.live. A lot of people from Geelong heading to Sydney tomorrow for the clash. You can listen to KROC inside the SCG on KROCfootball.live. Wilkinson winning the tap down for Newtown. Chilwell, a rolling ball. Condy tried to spin out of the tackle of Middleton, but fell over. Got a handball on the up to Walter. Walter under pressure. Kick around the corner. Kicked it straight to Driver. Driver's numbers are going to be, for Kerrs, higher. Unbelievable in terms of intercept marks, I would have thought.
Yeah, him and Goff have certainly shared the spoils down there, that's for sure.
Kick that Middleton's able to climb over the top of Mitch Diamond. Rare game where Mitch Diamond hasn't had an influence that we've called on KROCfootball.live. Kick to the wing. Caldo, strong hands. Hamlin Hanger turns, kicks quickly. Cunningham down low. Try to trap the footy on the bounce and then try to get a handball away under pressure from Bove. Done. Ned Harris gave it to Matt McMahon. Hocking on the lead as marked in front of Goff. And just let themselves down there, South Barwon, as they're looking to motor away, push that margin towards 100. But Braden Hocking, the second most experienced, or third most experienced, I should say, player out on the ground, playing game 163. He averages just shy of a goal a game with 156 goals in his career. Kicked 4 in the meeting at South Barwon last year, and he's got it there just, I reckon. They've got their second goal of the afternoon. They still haven't topped their lowest ever score against South Barwon, though. That's 2-7-19. They go to 2-6-18. They trail by 76 points in this final term, thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers, Crow and Warn Ponds. South Barwon, though, continuing their hold over the Towners here this afternoon. 94 playing 18 in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Here's Matty Kershaw.
All a little too late, wasn't it? But that was the first bit of play where we're seeing someone actually leading up at the ball inside forward 50 and giving themselves a marking opportunity. Probably the first leading mark of the day for Newtown. So it's come a little bit too late, though.
Back in the middle. Ruck contest.
Giants by a point, 79-78, 28 and a half minutes played in Launceston.
Callett against Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it down for Newtown. Falls towards Kelly for South Barwon. And we got one high from Lazaro. And we'll take the free kick just back of the centre circle for South Barwon. Paddy Kelly, short little kick. Finds Middleton. Got Kelly running past. He gives it back to him. He have to be quick this time because Hocking dropped the footy. Good defensive play from Braden Hocking. He's probably been Newtown's best this afternoon. Braden Hocking, both back and forward. He goes handball. Oh, I thought about the handball inside. He's got no idea where he's going now. He goes to the outside. Looks for Laffy. Finds him at centre wing. He takes the mark, but South Barwon have folded back. There's plenty of Swans between him and the goal, and he goes towards four of them who are against one. Driver gets a clearing kick. Back to Laffy. Back to whence it came. Kelly made sure he earned it, and he'll take the mark inside the centre square.
I haven't seen Postorino for a while. I'm not sure. Is he out?
He's out there.
Yeah, okay. Just haven't called a lot of him on debut. Tough darts for Laffy and Postorino. This won't be a debut to remember for them, unfortunately. Off the hands of the pack, Charlie Harris was pushed off the 40. White might have got high on Condi. I reckon he did, and Condi's going to have a chance to kick the Towners third of the afternoon and avoid that lowest ever score against South Barwon. First time this afternoon I'll get back-to-back goals. Mick Condi playing game 173 at GFNL senior level this afternoon. A chance to kick his first of the afternoon and the Towners third and pull the margin back to 70 points. In fading light here at Eldersley Reserve, he has put it through. So, well, they're fighting it out, Newtown and Chilwell, but unfortunately the damage well and truly done. That horse bolted a long time ago. They go to 3-6-24. They're trailing South Barwon 14-10-94. The margin 70 on the final quarter. Carrock Harvey Norman Electrical Scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
Well, Damien McMahon said he wanted to win the quarter, so at least we're seeing some sort of fight, some sort of spirit, some sort of something inside forward 50. But more importantly, they're winning the ball up the ground a little bit further. So they've been smashed in clearances today and around the stoppages. So they're just getting their hands on a little bit at the source.
So back to the middle for Wilkinson and Callett. Wilkinson in front, gets it down. McMahon leaves it for Postorino, who gets the kick away towards half forward. Handball came across. Driver for South Barwon. He gets it towards the centre wing position. Mulroney through the middle now. Right foot kick to centre half forward. Sexton coming back. Oh, Rory Diamond coming back. That's a great mark. Hamlin Hanger contender Rory Diamond, but he actually has collected a teammate who was coming out. That was Chaz Kapala. So he goes now, the kick, Postorino across to Laffy, the two debutants. Now Laffy at half back. He comes back short to Postorino. So it's cross defensive 50. Maddock
Scores are tied in Launceston, 79 apiece at the 31.5-minute mark.
Yes, there's a minute 30 to go down there at UTAS. Now Reed short to Kapala. Oh, that's a free kick at Cunningham. Front on contact. And Kapala's going to take the free kick at right half back.
The light has really dropped down here too, boys, and the temperature's dropped a little bit too.
Short kick, Kapala. McMahon right half back. What's happening at UTAS?
Minute 13 to play, and we're looking at
Free kick to
Sicily, I think.
Short kick.
Oh, yeah.
Burn short. Postorino, Lloyd, this is a good build-up. Wanted Pocock, spoiled away from him from behind by Pearce. Ground level Goff was really good. Jammed it on the boot. Postorino, though, a chance. Oh, good tackle. Welcome to the GFL as he's dumped and brought to ground, I reckon, by Jonty Broughton. And we will get a ball up. Back edge of the centre square. Postorino, two-time winner of the AFL Barwon Under-18 Division 1 medal. Callett winning the tap down. Cunningham was his target. Might have ricocheted off Cunningham's boot towards the outer wing. Kelly with a bit of toe coming through the pack. Just buffeted onto Matty Lloyd, brought him to ground. We'll get a ball up. Edge of the centre square, just slightly forward. What's happening again at Launceston?
Luke Bruce just kicked a goal for Hawthorn. 6 points up, minute to play.
These are all results that Geelong like.
Yeah, absolutely. So ball up, getting it down. Was Wilkinson, rove though by Broughton, his handball back to White, to Wiedemann, handball over the top to Urquhart, still inside the centre square, now he goes to the right foot kick inside, Caldo with his name written onto the back, Matty Caldo, great mark. Straight away, wants to go.
He's absolutely burnt Mulroney.
Going to have a set shot for goal from 45 out, 45-degree angle.
He says, I've got a handful today in me.
Yeah. Grub won't be happy with you, Matthew. Absolutely fried him.
Goal now.
So, Caldu, western end of the ground. And he's going to have a set shot for goal. Kane Reid, who was standing in front of Caldu when he took that mark, stands on the mark. He comes in, right foot kick, and he has kicked it. Goal umpire has moved back to the middle and said all clear. So he's kicked 5 this afternoon. And they go to an even 100 South Barwon. 15-10, 100 they lead Newtown. 3-6-24 Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock. Final quarter scoreboard.
All of a sudden he's had a dominant game of football, hasn't he? A dominant display. He's kicked himself the 5. He's been influential, and yes, whilst Kane Reid held him pretty well early in the game, it was always going to be the floodgates will open at some stage for Caldo. The amount of ball he was getting inside forward 50, and it was Ford early, it's Caldo late.
Final score yet down in Tassie?
Yeah, she's all over.
Hawthorn by 6 points.
12-13 to 12-7. The Hawks are making a charge that may end with them playing in September. Back in the middle, Mawson doing the ruck work, got over top of Callett, won the tap down off his wing, came O'Neill, but couldn't take the footy. Postorino got low. Umpire said that was high as he got low. And the free kick will go to the debutant. Handball on the up. Kapala stepped past O'Neill coming towards him and then kicked wide for the other debutant today in Laffy. Laffy on the outside of the right boot and coming up and marking his pocock. And this is as good as they've moved the footy all afternoon, Newtown and Chilwell, as they trail by 76. Takes on the man on the mark, runs to 45 metres. Pocock, helicopter off the boot, has missed to his near side and through for a minor score. Margin is 75. Pocock with a behind on the final quarter. K-Rock. Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard, 100 playing 25, and we've gone 14 and a quarter minutes on the Barwon Foods final quarter time clock.
So Starkey kicks it in from full back, goes wide, looking for Callett, pushes Lloyd past the football, does his own roving work, and the handball comes back towards Wiedemann. Wrapped up, he got the handball free, but only as far as Matty Lloyd. His handball over the top to Matt McMahon. His handball back as well over the top. Pack develops Kapala, wrapped up straight away, and he's not going anywhere in that tackle at right half forward for the home side.
Chase, I predicted 166 points at St Albans and St Mary's. I'm a bit out. It's 169.
Oh. Hold that thought. So the ball from the ruck contest. Pack develops around Johnny Broughton. Foppiani helps him up. And the umpire with a bit more work to do at right half forward for the Eagles.
If the Hawks hadn't have put the bed in the last 30 seconds against Port Adelaide, they'd only be percentage out of the 8.
That's remarkable, isn't it?
Yep.
A little bit of how's your father going on here with Johnny Broughton and Postorino. Little debutant. He doesn't care. He's into it. Free kick though. Mawson's going to take it for South Barwon. Goes wide. Finds Harry Cunningham at half back. He chips the ball back inboard. They're out here. Mulroney at the point of the centre square at half back.
Broadcast side. Just held up for the moment. So you'll kick from the point of the square at left half back to right half back. Goff got front on contact or an arm chop from the much shorter Mick Condy. And the free kick just back of the wing for Rowan Goff. His team leading by 75. Handy percentage picked up here. Kicks to half forward. Well-weighted kick, and Boris coming up. Just couldn't complete the mark in front of Harris, but he's going to use his toe to burst away. Handball release to Pearce. Pearce, 60 from goal. Lowers the eyes. Fraser Ford on the lead. Surely being held on to. Umpire said no. Front of the pack dragged to ground was Noble. Ball bobbling around. It's fighting for it. Maddock trying to reel it in. Couldn't. And then taking a really good tackle as he tried to burst away. South Barwon player at the bottom of that pack was brought down by Maddock. Who's that play getting to his feet? It's Will Sexton. No, Kelly O'Neill will get a ball up about 40 out from the South Barwon goal as they attack the western end of the ground.
So the ball from the ruck contest. Matt McMahon held up. And it's going to be another ball up.
Port Arlington coming at Ocean Grove.
Ooh, hello. 7 points of difference down there.
Gee, that was nearly 40 points.
3 points, Mottawari Anglesey still.
Oh.
So Wilkinson gets it down from the ruck contest. Laffy and O'Neill see it over the boundary line. Interested spectator over there. Brendan McCartney, North Ballarat coach.
Interesting. Weekend off for the Ballarat League, obviously.
Obviously, past player as well here. And interesting. Interested spectator. Boundary throw in. And Wilkinson gets it down from the ruck contest. Noble picks it up. He is tackled straight away by Connor Foppiani, not going anywhere, and there needs to be a bit of a mercy rule here this afternoon. 17 minutes played. South Barwon 15-10, 100. They lead Newtown 3-7-25.
Grabbed out of the ruck by Foppiani. He kicks to the wing, trying to trap it and get a handball up. Walter was good, gave it to Condi, who just barrels it forward, rolling ball. Hocking got away from Goff, turned on his non-preferred left and kicked and got it over the top. And running into an open goal will be Pocock as he got away from the man on the mark in Pearce. And he kicks the 4th of the afternoon. But it's all window dressing as the margin comes back to 71 points. Actually, make it 69 points as they go to 4-7-31. Playing 15-10-100 here at Elderslie Reserve. Final quarter, Carrock Harvey Norman scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers. The Towners will have the week off next week before taking on Grovedale, then Leopold and St Mary's. You would think they start favourites against Grovedale, but if they serve this up against Leopold or St Mary's, they will get their pants pulled down and have their season ended before the July bye.
And some, absolutely they will. Interestingly enough, before at three-quarter time, they'd only had the one mark inside forward 50. This quarter, they've had 2 already, and it was to the 2 of the new entries into the forward line, Pocock and Hocking.
So secondary bounce in the middle for Wilkinson, who gets it down in front of Mawson and comes back towards Mawson. Starkey's in there as well for South Barwon. And 3 or 4 on the pack. Getting up Mitch Diamond. Starkey helps him up. The umpire will ball it up. Again in the middle. Wilkinson got it down to Ned Harris. Goes towards half forward with the kick. Punched away. Comes back towards Paddy Kelly's kick was smothered by Ned Harris. Comes to Kelly O'Neill. No look handball to Harry Cunningham. Swans now on the out. Kelly left foot kick towards Caldew. You could hear him say because he thought the ball was going to go a bit further. Now Matt Lloyd. He gets the handball over the top. Ned Harris back to Lloyd. Through half back is okay. The right foot kick in the middle had to be precise and was. Finds a Mitchie in the middle. Diamond gets it on the right foot. Goes inside 50 with a kick. Good kick too. And Charlie Byrne, who's been moved forward, he goes to the goal square. Pocock past Goff and he takes the mark in the goal square and should be able to turn around. And he does. Wheels around and kicks his second goal. So that was all a little bit too easy and the mercy rule well and truly happening now. Alex Pocock kicks his second of the afternoon and the 4th for Newtown. They go to 4-7-31 and they trail South Barwon 15-10-100. That's on the Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best price in Bluetooth speakers.
Just some junk time goals really at the end of the day, and South Barwon are all out on their feet and they're just limping to the line and hoping the siren goes. That's exactly how they're playing at the moment, and still another 10 minutes. It could be some more junk time goals, to be honest.
I think Neildy will be overly impressed with.
No, I don't think so. You don't want to leak junk time goals. Like, the game's gone, but you still want to finish the game off and kick a couple yourself late.
It's 192 points now, St Mary's over St Albans, 106 points Leopold over North Shore, and 92 points St Joseph's over Lara. It's not good for the comp. It's supposed to be a premier competition and getting beltings handed out like that on a regular basis. Half forward, O'Neill. Chance here for Burns, turns and kicks around the corner after receiving it from Cunning. It was an interesting kick. Might work out okay, though, although Kelly's handball didn't get to its intended target. And taking it for Newtown is Postorino on debut, brought down to ground by Mawson. And we'll get a ball up just forward of the centre circles, favouring South Barwon in this final term. Pocock the ruckwork, won the tap down. Good roving by Ned Harris. Jammed it on the boot, sent it towards Hocking from behind. Goff claiming the mark. That was a bit ambitious, but he took the footy, bounced a kick to Kelly, gave a handball to Todd White. Good to see him back, although the Cats will come a-calling soon, you would think, in VFL level, to a one-on-one. Callett's gone forward. He's going to get a free kick for a hold against Maddock. And they'll come back to Ben Callett, who has been outstanding this afternoon. He is a quality ruck who goes about his business with minimum fuss, but they love what he gives at South Barwon. And he might be rewarded with a goal. Sexton providing a lead. But he just sets it up to the hot spot. Not a great kick. Pocock should mark and does on the juggle. The former Wodonga Raider. He going to the left-back pocket to Maddock. Decides that would have been dangerous, so short to Kapala. Barely went 15, and he'll hold things up for Newtown for the moment.
He does go into the pocket with the kick and finds Lestrada's back in the GFNL. Luke Maddock.
Colac by 115 over West.
Yep.
We're going to have 4 100-point margins potentially this afternoon.
Not great. Not great. And Newtown just mucking around with it in defensive 50. Bove takes the mark. Still 30 from goal. He's got Reed wide. He elects to go further afield. Byrne back. Good mark. Charlie Byrne in front of Boris. front of the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Win free coffee for a year at APCO. Called to play on. Burn now. Left foot kick round the corner towards centre half forward, towards half forward. Pocock, who's taken the mark in front of Mawson. In between wing and half forward, called to play on, so he gets around. Noble's there as well, put some pressure on. Postorino's handball. McDonald shrugged the tackle, gave it back to Byrne. He goes across the centre square. It's okay. Towners can get out through Bove.
Bove runs through the middle of Eldersley Reserve and sends it long inside forward 50. Cam Wilkinson, his target. Pearce worked him under the footy. Wilkinson, the unlikely rover at the front. Handball into space. Rolling ball. Mitch Diamond left it behind. Couldn't take it with him. Ball's going to roll back towards the goal line and rush through for a minor score, and the margin is 62. Make it 5-8-38. Playing 15-10-100. 23 minutes gone. Final turn. Barwon Foods time clock sells the freshest fish direct to you. It's tight in the Bellarine, and it's going to be tight across 3 or 4 games. We'll keep you across those for Leopold Sporty shortly.
So the ball's short to Lockie Middleton at half back. Comes broadcast side down the line. Noble sits up. Oh, that's front on contact, is it? No. Umpire said playing. Oh, Noble did well. Broke free. Little right foot kick was beautiful to Burns. Off a step towards Broughton, and Lloyd getting back with a fly. That's a great mark. Hamlin hanger. Johnny Broughton went back with a fly to the footy, and Nacho says 50. Thank you.
It was there.
It was a bit late from that, Lloyd.
He was frustrated.
He was. He'd had enough there, and Jonty will come in and kick his second of the afternoon from the goal line.
He had enough that he got beaten out the back, I think.
Simon Payne in front of us. Look at the legend. Look at him. Have a look at Payne. Have a look at him, hey? Used to play a good game of footy and cricket. Comes in, Johnny Broughton kicks the goal. His second of the afternoon. And the 16th for South Barn, 16-10-106. They lead Newtown 5-8-38. Harvey Norman Electrical, K-Rock. A final quarter scoreboard.
Mottawarri 97. Look like they're going to beat Anglesey 88. Wow. That's an upset. They needed to get moving, Motta, and they have. They've tipped over Drysdale in a thriller last week, and they're going to tip over. Mark Hovey said after they gave Newcombe a touch-up a couple of weeks ago, we've got a big 3 weeks coming up. Well, they're about to clear the second of 3 hurdles. Ocean Grove might have done enough. They lead Port Arlington by 12. And Ammos have seen off Queenscliff. 28's the margin now, so the Pegs have consolidated inside the 5.
It's another week. That's good.
Correct.
He's going to hate us at the end of the season. Well, me.
Couple of unlikely rucks here in Pocock and Mawson. If you had that on your bingo card as going at it, you've done very well. Well done by Pocock. On the tap down, Ned Harris, hands and knees. He'd be hating this Ned Harris that his team's been so comprehensively beaten this afternoon.
Do you reckon the midfielders know where the ruckmen are going in this situation?
Not sure. Pocock won the tap down. In the middle, Mulroney, good release, and Mawson too slow. Good tackle by Mitch Diamond. That's holding the ball. As he pulled him off the kick, Diamond with it. I wish they'd shown this intensity from the start, Newtown. Long ball towards left half forward would have given us a contest. Oh, it's a strong mark. Wilkinson, yeah, paid. Good mark. Against Pearce, who came hard with him in the contest. Wilkinson did well. Handball off. Bove cruising past right at 50. Long ball. It's pulled it to the left and through for a minor score. Margin is 67. Gennaro Bove with a minor one. And 5-9-39 is the score. Playing 16-10-106. 25, almost 26 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Wiedemann kicked it in, found Lockie Noble. He goes to Kelly O'Neill on centre wing. He takes the mark. Leads on from Burns. And half a lead from Mawson. He's going to go in that direction now. Sets it up for Max Mawson. Got a step on Pocock and does well. Takes the mark. Likely type, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Mawson.
a high kicker.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll do a bit of work on the kicking with Kirsch. He goes now inside Maddock. In front of Callett, takes the mark.
It's official. Ocean Grove have beaten Port Arlington by 12.
He goes back into enemy territory. Finds Charlie Harris. Goes to the outer side. Finds Ned Harris. He goes out wide. Wilkinson. And Wilkinson now has taken it at defensive 50. He goes back to McMahon.
They've had about 5 possessions again inside back 50.
They have. Now they go longer to Foppiani. Punched away. They'll have to be good here. Swans with the numbers both through the middle. Starkey puts the tackle on him. And he's not going anywhere. Umpire Ganache in to ball it up.
Mottawarri by 3. Cracker out at Mount Moriac. Not so much here, unfortunately.
This is going downhill there.
Yeah, down the slope.
From the ball up, surely a free kick for a hold there. It'll come back to Grub Mulroney. And he'll take it. True centre wing, or just forward to centre wing, I should say, on the outer side.
24 played there at Mottawarri.
So still a little bit of time left.
Yeah.
Mulroney sends it into the pocket, and coming up, Callett presents nicely and takes him. You got to love that when your big bloke, who's rucked tirelessly all day, is still presenting up forward. Puts it to a one-on-one, Broughton and Lloyd. Lloyd one-on-one was good, won the spoil down, but at the front of the pack, Broughton dumped in the tackle, snapping Noble out of the pack. Nice finish. Just was slung at the right time for him to drop the ball on the boot and put it through for the 17th for South Barwon, and the margin back out to a more probably game-defining 73 points. 17-10, 1-12, plays 5-9-39, 28 minutes gone in this final quarter. Thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
I know you said that you'd like to have seen the intensity from Newtown from the start, but I think South Barwon's pressure has sort of dropped off a little bit this quarter as well. But the last 5 minutes, they've stepped it up again and they've taken control back of this game.
So back to the middle. Mawson and Pocock. Ruck work. Pocock gets it down. Coming off the wing, Charlie Harris. Can't take it. Todd White off half back. Oh, his handball was chopped off by Pocock, who followed it up. Falls into the arms of Condi. Gives it back to Pocock. Third possession in a row. Gets it to Postorino on the outside. Right foot kick towards half forward. And Wilkinson tried to push Pearce past the football and then fell over as he moved the ball over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in at left half forward.
Mottawarri by 9 now.
Oh, goodness.
Leopold by 107 over North Shore in the end.
Jeez.
What's the other one, though, Kingy? The
199.
Your St Albans,
Yes.
199.
200 points is the margin right now. 227 to 27.
Yeah.
Kick inside 50 for North Shore, I should say, for Newtown. He is off the mark. Came from Dunn and South at half-back. They'll kick over the top. Starkey didn't look great, but it works out okay, and they'll look to run. Urquhart will send a kick now towards half forward, and Noble on the chest. Marks, turns and kicks quickly.
He was right.
Yeah. As he went to kick, he was sort of a little bit off balance, and it skew whips off the boot in front of Burns and out of bounds for a boundary throw. And right idea, knew what he wanted to do, but just didn't get the purchase on the kick.
It's been good today, Noble.
Hurled back into play. Mawson went a little bit too early, and there's this final siren, and this one's been done and dusted. A comprehensive win for South Barwon. They put Newtown and Chilwell to the sword to the tune of 73 points. They kept them to 1 goal in the opening 3 quarters, and it was only window dressing in the final term. 17-10, 112 to 5-9, 39. And Newtown will turn for home 4-5. They have the bye next week, having played North Shore in an opening round clash back in early April, and their percentage will have taken a significant hit. South Barwon, they'll pick up some percentage, and they'll improve to 5-3 and consolidate inside the top 5. I think you can put a line through Newtown. I think you can put a line through Geelong West, Kirsch. I think it might be now 6 clubs vying for 5 spots.
Yeah, and we thought we'd get to this stage of the year, at least nearly mid-year, halfway through, we'd see some teams starting to break away from others. And that real logjam from sort of 4 to 9 or 8 now is starting to really, I guess, identify who's